Do you remember when it was going to be Mutt Williams? It was going to be a new franchise called Mutt Williams and the Saucer Men from Mars. That was a thing. Mutt Williams. Are we live? We'll do it live. And it's the Smasher, sitting right next to Kaiser. Nope, there's no Kaiser. Kaiser, what are you doing, man? Get over here. What are you? Come on. Well, come on, dude. Don't. Well, can you do it? Yeah. Unfortunately, Kaiser didn't want to follow the quarantine rules, so he's here. And but that's going to be good for you guys. Welcome to the first episode of Press Play. And when my better half gets here eventually, we can kind of run you guys through what we're going to do. People might be asking what this hoodie is. This is a Justice League Zack Snyder edition hoodie that he actually made and put up for auction. So I got one. And I was going to wear it in a match this year. But, you know, I haven't had a match this year. So there's that. And now we got, here comes this maniac.
It's just like an obstacle course.
Listen, just get over here.
Come on, I gotta do the limbo under Frank's USB.
Yeah, he's looking like Catherine Zeta-Jones in that movie where she does all over the lasers.
Bed Bath & Beyond pillow.
All right, it's a comfortable pillow. Come on now.
Pillow or pillow?
I say pillow. And here we go.
Just keep going. I don't have any.
All right, listen, this is the Smasher's Revenge. We've been talking about this for ages. Listen, I did him a favor, and I got him an Inner Geekdom belt. That's a belt that we're going to be defending, hopefully sometime.
This belt is?
It's very heavy.
You got to be a man or a really strong woman to have the IG belt hoisted over your shoulder. Someone like you or the Crusher.
Absolutely.
What's going on there?
Just don't worry about it. Everybody just calm down. It's like your first ever broadcast on it.
Now, how come I can't see myself?
We don't want to see yourself, because then all the shows where there's a webcam, you can tell the person's just looking at themselves, myself included, the whole time. And you know, this is us. We're going to be focused on a movie called
Pansy was drinking cider last night. That's all I got to know.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Indiana Jones and the Saga of the Crystal Light.
Now here, back us up a little bit here. So one of your favorite saga movies of all time is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No, here's
hold the mic.
Okay, here, I'll trade. You want to take the belt?
Yeah, I'll take the belt. I'm going to put the belt back. This is the belt.
Somebody please send anxiety medicine for Smets. It's rough out there right now. Hope everybody's safe. Stay hydrated. Wear your gloves.
Tell us about your...
I just wanted to give a quick public service announcement, make sure everyone's taking care of themselves.
Yes.
All right, so you want me to get to the point?
Yeah.
Well, as any smart film goer knows, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, is the greatest movie of all time. It's not Citizen Kane. It's not The Godfather.
Back to the Future might be up there.
That'd be number 2.
So you got Raiders 1.
Raiders is number 1, the greatest film of all time, for obvious reasons. You got the greatest Marvel team-up in the history of filmmaking with Spielberg and Lucas.
Yep.
You got a phenomenal script by, is it Larry Kasdan? Wrote Jedi?
Yeah.
Phenomenal script. And you got the greatest actor to play the greatest action hero in the history of cinema in Harrison Ford.
Yes.
Nobody brings the comedy, the action, the wit, the guy's guy bravado. Like, he's just the greatest action hero of all time. Indiana Jones is the greatest action hero of all time.
So this is what's going to be interesting, is that nothing has
We have to share this the whole time?
Yes, we do.
Whack.
This is, listen, it's humble beginnings.
You know what? Look, we're in the live from the dungeon, the first ever broadcast.
Here's what's going to be interesting. I think minus the writer, you got the same exact team that made Raiders of the Lost Ark your favorite movie of all time.
No, that's the greatest movie of all time. Frank, where does Raiders of the Lost Ark rank on the AFI Top 100?
Regardless, it's the same exact team creatively that is responsible for this movie, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, you avoided it in theaters. That is a true story, and it's because you heard so many bad things about it. So my question to you is, avoiding it this long, what do you think, how do you think it's going to come to you? Because how are you going to respond to this? Because this is the same team. This is the great, the Marvel team up. Everything you just said, it's just in the year 2008. What happens? What's your prediction for this? Do you have any outside things you remember from anything?
In the famous words of Clubber Lang, I predict pain.
Very much pain.
I wanted to finish with the cold open, which I want to go back and talk about Indiana Jones, and then the franchise as a whole, and then I want to talk about what you want.
Maybe if you got here earlier, we would have been able to rehearse this, but you
do. The traffic out there is nuts. Everyone's
crazy. You can't use crazy for that one.
Crazy traffic. I had to weave in and out of the tanks. Just kidding. There's no tanks. Don't get scared. All right. So what I'm saying is this: Indiana Jones. You could put the silhouette of Indiana Jones on a wall, and you would know exactly who that is. You can't do that for like many action heroes or many movie heroes in general, and know who that. Like you could do it for like Vader. You put that silhouette up, you know exactly who that is. After that, it's like who? Sloth from the Goonies, E.T.
You know,
very few iconic is what I'm saying.
You can't do that with Jason Bourne. There's not an NBA logo for Jason.
Bourne. No, it's a guy with an Izod shirt kicking a bunch of terrorist asses at the Four Seasons in downtown Prague. Is Prague a city or a country?
No, the country is Czech.
Okay, we're all learning history.
I was just there, too.
We're all learning history together. So let's think about this. This movie was made in, I'm going to guess, don't tell me.
I told you about not
hold on.
2 minutes ago.
1981?
Wait, which one?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders?
1981.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You better fucking know the answer to that question.
Listen, watch the language.
Why? Is there kids watching?
Because 80 was Empire Strikes Back, and then he went on that run where he did 81. He did Raiders, and then 84 was Temple of Doom. So
Spielberg is coming fresh off of Jaws, which he went terribly over budget, but still made one of the greatest movies of all time. And then he made, Frankie Numbers is going to have to check this, I believe 1942 came after Jaws? Am I not supposed to? Why are you looking at me like you're a mime?
We planned it. We talked about you were going to be on these.
Boy, this kid, I tell you, next time I'm sorry. Look, in the famous words of Indiana Jones, in the scene when he's on the sand dune with Sala.
I don't know what year, what came after.
Now you're done. I gave you your chance to wait for the next time. But dude, please check and see what Spielberg made before Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm going to say it was Jaws in 1942 with John Belushi. The overblown, over-budget movie nobody saw, but it was kind of funny. I'm a Belushi fan. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so we were saying, so Spielberg makes Raiders after those two movies. Like, you know that George Lucas created the character of Indiana Jones. Okay,
and so because Spielberg wanted to do a James Bond movie. I heard the lore is, and they were on a vacation together. Like, I can't. So for some reason, either Spielberg couldn't get the Bond movie, and I can't speak that this is for sure.
1941. Thank you, Frank.
Yeah, I think 1942 is the Nintendo game.
Oh yes, that game was badass, dude.
Yeah, the worst soundtrack ever. It was just whistles. But
you could do the backflips, remember, and just dive bomb.
And you could move it while doing the backflips.
Can we play that tonight? Don't you have that over there?
We'll play that later. Okay. So yeah, that's now I'm on. I just broke the tangent because we were talking about 1942. Now I kind of want to go.
Doesn't matter. Come on, bring it back, son. Bring it back. You got this.
No, but we're just talking about
Spielberg.
And they wanted to do James Bond, and they were on a vacation together.
He did not want to make James Bond per se.
His own James Bond.
Wanted to make a movie like James Bond in the same lore of those Saturday matinee action movies. I think a lot of people.
And you see that in Temple of Doom when he actually got to have Harrison Ford wear like that white tux, like that. That was his homage.
And the one sleeve shirt. Remember, he had the one sleeve cut off in Temple of Doom.
Yeah,
which is a cult movie, by the way. Let's not pull punches here. That is a movie about cults. All right, so
Kalima.
Shakti Day. I was gonna say something. And it very much pertains to this show. Remember when Indy's in Raiders on the sand dune and he's sitting there with Sala?
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm going to go over there and steal that truck.
Yeah.
And Sala goes, how? He goes, I don't know, I'm making it up as I go along. Yeah. That's kind of like what we're doing here, folks.
Very well.
Press play, the very first time. We've had this idea. We said, we want to do this thing called press play. We get Frankie Numbers to be the Andy Richter / stat boy. He sits over in a corner, maybe answers a question when you ask him, or maybe he stammers. I don't know.
Keeping his eye on the Streamlabs.
Probably had an edible to take care of his headache this morning. But either way, he's here. We got Frankie Numbers. And we said, well, what if we took a movie, an IG movie that I've never seen, that's, known as, I don't want to be harsh, but a piece of crap.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to, listen, this movie has its defenders too, and I actually don't hate this movie as much as the reason I'm actually good at my, in my division is, for the most part, even the ones that are terrible, I happen to like even Green Lantern, there are some parts of it that I actually like.
Which part, the credits?
But here's the thing, this guy, This is the level of difficulty we're going to have to get him to like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Because this guy thinks that my favorite MCU movie, The Winter Soldier, is the biggest piece of dog shit.
I wouldn't call it dog shit. I just don't go gaga over that movie.
No, you have called it worse.
I called it, no, here's what I called it. The Winter Dozer.
Yeah.
That's not dog shit.
That is the Winter Dozer. It's like one of the, it's my, anyway, so this guy, it's going to be a high bar to rise. But you know what? This is it. You know, he told me at the beginning of last year, get me that championship. I did. I had to watch these movies several times. And I used to always say, you know what? You need to sit there and watch it with me. Like if he comes, how do you miss Bloody Baron? Like, I don't know. Why don't you watch the movie with me and we can find out together? So this is The Smasher's Revenge. We're going to start with one that everybody could access on Netflix. You can literally load it up right now. We have it paused at 8 seconds. It's basically when the Lucasfilm logo comes up and then it comes off right when it goes to black for the whole screen. Press pause right there. And then we'll count you guys down when we press play and we'll watch it together. But this is The Smasher's Revenge. It's time for you to start watching some of these movies that I've had to stomach through. And it's only going to get worse from here because there's a lot of bright spots for this movie too. So, but there's a couple of really dark.
Frank, why have I become a glorified mic stand for this kid?
Because you're his manager. I don't know.
You're like this.
Well, no, we'll hold. We'll go back and forth. We'll go back and forth. How's the frame? Are we good on the frame?
Is everybody drinking beer?
Yeah.
Because that was a prerequisite for this thing. You had to bring beer.
Yeah, Frank. What's chat looking like right now? Why don't you give us a little update on the? Chat?
Well, there's some discussion about the ranking of the Indiana Jones movies.
Oh, yeah?
What do we got?
PJ's in the chat. Brandon Hanna's in the chat. I see Miss Movies right now.
PJ is a huge fan of this movie. I made sure to personally invite him. Brandon Hanna was going to be a guest here.
You're talking about PJ Fitzsimmons, who works over at the Home Depot?
Yes, that guy. Brandon Hanna was going to be our first guest, but obviously with the way the situation's working out right now, he couldn't be that. But we're going to try to get him on FaceTime here with the magic technology of filming my screen. When
I would like to interview the Brandon the Hitman Hanna. I'd like to sit down 60 minutes, straight up Mike Wallace. I want to get into the head of that freak, figure out what's going on.
Good luck. Good luck in that interview.
Yeah. Why don't you?
I know his manager very well.
Can you test out the picture-in-picture thing that you got here for?
Oh yeah, I tried it out earlier. You guys didn't know it, but because I'm controlling everything here, hold on. So now I'm on the picture, and I have to use my headphone mic to talk, so it's not as good as quality as the mic they're using. But
we don't care.
What we're gonna also do is we have this volume kind of low. Let us know if you guys can hear it at all at any point, because that's actually bad because they can block us copyright. The Indiana Jones movies, when I've used any music from the Indiana Jones movies in my KOTOR movies, that they'll block that like immediately. So it catches on. So we got to be very careful with that. So let us know if you could hear it. We're going to do our best. We got subtitles on. We have it at a low level. And we'll try to, like, for people that are joining in later, we'll try to, like, let them know, oh, now we're at the part where this is happening or this is happening. So you can kind of fast forward and catch up around about. I mean, we're not giving you an exact play-by-play. We're more just going to watch this guy lose his mind. Absolutely.
Can we talk about the score to Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yes.
It sounds like a silent film. Doesn't it sound like a Charlie Chaplin movie or something? It's just got that old classic Hollywood kind of vibe, xylophones and shit.
And I love the
who does the score?
The Ark theme. That's John Williams.
Fucking hell! Of course it's John Williams.
John Williams did think of it like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Jaws.
If you closed your eyes and listened to the Indiana Jones soundtrack, you could paint the whole movie in your head. That's why it's the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah. And now you're gonna find maybe this will be in your eyes the second greatest movie.
There is no shot.
So is everybody in chat ready to press play? Can you get a rundown? Just have everybody start. Hey, get a rundown for us. And how many people are ready to press play? Just have them ready in the chat.
We should have another beer waiting here, so I don't have to. You want to grab it? You're closer to the fridge.
I mean, you hold the mic.
We don't have the. We don't have any interns. We had to send the interns home early. Keeping this party under 5. Me, Numbers, the Smasher. Look at this.
What do you want? A Corona or a?
This is a very sad movie. Very sad. The Tears of a Clown.
You know, well, I don't want to spoil the ending, but anyways.
How many people are watching right now?
We got looks like 45 people in here. 46.
That's a good number.
Nice number.
It's a good
Saturday
number.
afternoon.
Anybody I know? Anybody asking me any questions?
Let's see here.
Anybody got something to say to me?
Frank, remind them about the Streamlabs.
Yeah, we have a Streamlabs, guys. So if you're so inclined, there's a link in the description. Go ahead and click that link.
Of those 47 people, how many are qualified as Dickie Doos?
Well, I'll leave that up to you. I'm not a Dickie Doo
I don't know who's in
aficionado,
there.
So.
But you know by now. You've been around me long enough.
It's true, actually.
All right. Keep that low. Nobody wants to.
Wink.
That's a bad joke.
That's a great joke. And he was so worried about the joke. It's a great
It's not a joke. It's just a nod.
It's a nod. What do you call
Did you have breakfast? Because I brought
Can we
this.
press play on this thing? Are we ready to go? Does everybody in the chat
Have you
ready
ever
to go?
had a granola
Remember,
bar and beer?
Load up the Lucasfilm logo, let
Haven't
it
eaten all-
shine and
haven't
do its
eaten-
all pretty things, and then let it go to black, and then pause it right there. It should be on Netflix around 8 seconds. We're going to press play here. Ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Godspeed. Press play.
You know
You
what?
see a Paramount logo right now. Paramount. Let
You
me know how
didn't even pop any
I think
popcorn.
Kaiser's
What
really
is
gonna
this?
love this intro. I really do.
Yeah, this is a great intro, and I like the music.
Hey,
It
it's
establishes-
actually Caddyshack 4.
Listen to the song. Perfect way to establish what year you're in. Hound Dog.
Yeah, Elvis.
So it's just letting you know.
Okay, I got to guess. They're going to Area 51.
Now, is that because you've seen the trailers, or are you just...
I haven't seen the fucking trailer. I haven't seen anything. All I know is that, what's
You've
his name?
never seen anything.
I know Shia LaBeouf, I think, plays his son in the movie.
Spoiler alert for people who haven't seen the movie.
Who gives a shit? You know that much. Does what's her name come back from Raiders?
How about you just watch them? Yeah, maybe.
Karen Allen.
Karen Allen. There she is. This is why I put...
Oh,
this is
fuck.
why-
Ray Winstone is one of my favorite actors.
why I put scores and soundtracks on the wheel sometimes. I really like to answer questions.
Jimmy
like this.
Jimmy
This is cool.
Broadbent's a good actor.
Oh yeah, he's good. That would be Slughorn for all you Harry Potter. Hashtag Schmodown.
Igor Jaginski. You think he plays a villain? And Shia LaBeouf, who put out a very good movie in The Peanut Butter Falcon this year.
I
God,
have it right there.
great film. Did Kathy Kennedy produce this movie?
She did, yes. I believe
The
she...
second most famous person ever to come out of San Diego State. Me, Kathy Kennedy, then you.
Yeah.
Those are the
right
most
under
famous people.
the 3 top Aztecs.
Maybe if you get 2
And then
belts.
Dustin
if you win,
Cretton, Dustin Cretton.
he's actually number 2.
He's
then
doing
me.
he's doing Shang-Chi.
Our buddy Destin Cretton, who we went to film school with, doing
Shout
the
out.
Shang-Chi movie, director, Short Term 12. Great filmmaker, great guy.
Director of all of our scenes at the Universal Studios.
Guy's a freaking beast. Wait a minute, what?
All right, so now this is just these kids trying to, it looks like they're trying to go on a drag racing with the army.
Guy Hendricks Diaz, I know him.
It's classic.
Yeah, totally. That's what he loves.
Are people still here? They just turned this shit off like, fuck it, I don't watch this movie. There she is, Kathy
How many
Kennedy.
people are actually watching along? No, watching along, like, actually, I'm curious.
You know how appropriate this is? The solo glass. And we like to keep shit thematic around here.
This is a pretty, right here, this scene coming up. I don't want to...
Did
before it
Spielberg
happens, but
direct?
this is a pretty
Did
brutal
Spielberg
scene.
didn't direct Crusade, did he?
Spielberg directed all 4.
Crusade's a good movie.
He's not doing the new one now, apparently. James Mangold, or let us know in the chat. I
Good
believe
direct.
that's the...
Yeah, put that on. We named the dog Indiana. Am I gonna see George Jones?
This is pretty brutal right here.
Oh, shit.
Just got in the mouth. I'm guessing that's the actor Igor. Right?
No, you think he plays Igor?
Looks like an Igor.
Jesus, he is the poster boy for Igors. I'm guessing the Russians are in on this. This is a red job,
Yeah,
red
I mean,
scare job.
Yeah, they do a great job of establishing what the country was like, actually, as far as the Red Scare.
I like the set design. I like the location. I like the cinematography, like that kind of yellow hue that's washing over there. Do we?
Yeah.
Frank.
Sweet. I'm glad you guys are sharing this adventure with us.
Frank, favorite movie of all time.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Good one. Who's in the trunk?
Glory,
Oh, there he
Glory,
is. That's
my
Ray
man.
Winstone. Glory, that's a good number 1. We all agree Ray Winstone is one of the baddest dudes in Hollywood.
This is great in the trailer. What's funny to me, though, and I'll say it when you finally see him. Iconic. That's great. There's what you're talking about.
See what I'm talking about with the silhouette? That's what's up. And I think they do it in all the movies, don't they? Yeah, there he is. Russians. He hates Russians almost as he hates snakes.
Here's the thing that I don't like about this movie, and this is such a stupid nitpick for me. But they make Harrison Ford's clothes are so overly baggy, and like his pants are baggy. He looks like an old man. When he was Han Solo in The Force Awakens, which was how many years later? 7 years later, he looked younger and more fit. In this movie, he just feels and looks like an older man. Like it's really weird how Han Solo in The Force Awakens looks younger than Indy here, and you'll see it when they walk into the hangar. It's just way too baggy, and it's like, what do you see? His pants like this.
Look at this the heavy. He looks like fucking James Bond on steroids. Daniel Craig. He looks like if Daniel Craig took steroids and dipped his head in a fucking head full of chicken wing grease. I don't know.
And who doesn't love the sound effects of any punches in the Indiana Jones movie? It sounds overly produced. It's like a whoosh.
It's like,
and like
slapping meat.
Yeah, it's like a meat mixed with like
it's like slapping your meat.
All right. There's children present. I'm sure my parents are in the chat.
Good.
So
they've heard dick jokes. Oh shit! Here she is, Kate Blanchett, Bonham Carter.
This is where I'm like, if you could tell they shot this, I feel like they didn't shoot.
Chick looks like one of the villains in G.I. Joe, don't she? She looks like one of the Cobras.
Listen how she talks. Eastern Ukraine, judging by the way you hang your W's.
Is that Helena Bonham Jones? Which one is that?
See, I know too much. When I could quote these basically.
Who is this
without
chick?
Watching it? I should.
What's her name again?
Kate Blanchett.
Right.
The Arena Spalko.
I like how Ray Winstone's his sidekick. You can't get a better sidekick than Ray Winstone. That's the only reason The Departed was good, because he was in it. Hot take. I like the scenes with DiCaprio and the psychiatrist. Those were good. Couldn't stand, what's his name? Marky Mark's horseshit. Boston. It's too Boston. What is she using? The Force?
See, this is where.
What the fuck?
Now listen, before you start complaining about stuff like this and
what
aliens,
is this shit?
People had no problem in your favorite movie of all time, Raiders, where they were having ghosts fly out and stuff.
That's different. Like, that's historical lore.
Ghosts?
Yes, you don't believe in ghosts?
What you think?
Ghosts are real.
Ghosts are real, and maybe aliens are real. You can't say that.
I don't doubt that aliens are real. I just don't think they've been here. Okay.
But when people
moving closer to what? The mic?
No. Like off the.
Yeah. What do you get off?
There you go.
Look. I don't see where
When this guy loves the movie where a guy takes out a heart out of a guy and it's beating in front of his face.
That's voodoo. That's real.
That's real. But an alien.
That's real. That's voodoo.
This movie.
Black magic.
Watch this. Now you missed that they played the theme of the Ark theme.
I don't think that's an integral piece of the puzzle here, Smets.
When I hear, it's all about the music. You gotta love the music. PJ Campbell.
This is I'm getting a workout, bro. This mic is. Where did you get this mic from? 1968? It's 100 pounds.
It's courtesy of Brad Gilmore.
It's Brad Gilmore.
We have to announce here that John Lennon was shot and killed.
My arm literally.
I feel like we're doing the Monday Night Football.
Seriously, you look like Cosell in a hoodie.
It's my duty to inform you.
Brad Gilmore, how much was postage? $200 to mail that thing? It's huge. You gotta get a stand next time. Now she's got a sword.
She's got a sword. She happens to be.
Is she involved with black magic? She was trying to use that force.
She's part of a division in the Soviet
Army. I'm working on a dungeon budget. What do you expect for the first time?
The dungeon budget's always thin. We got guys like Harloff trying to cut money off the budget, trying to take 20% of everything we do. 30 it goes up every week. That Harloff tax.
This would be a 5-pointer, I think. Is how does he track the package in Area 51?
Are they in Area 51?
He uses the.
Has it been established they're in Area 51?
Yeah, when the door was opening, it shows it's like Area 51.
Wasn't that my guess when they were screwing through the desert?
Someone read a Wikipedia today. That's great.
I didn't read
See the gunpowder.
You know that I was going into this movie cold. I did it on purpose. I don't know shit. I knew Shia LaBeouf was in the movie. And then I knew it wasn't.
Now this is impressive here. If this is Harrison Ford right here.
Top Men.
Yes, it is. It's the same one because the movie fan of Moby. You're gonna see it. They have a really cool cameo here. We'll see if this moron catches it. But yeah, he throws the.
Has anyone ever dipped a Nature Valley in a beer? You know, desperate
Why
times,
am I doing this
desperate
like
measure.
It's not ASMR.
Yeah, ASMRing his. This is not that heavy, dude. You just that's.
Well, you're right about the baggy clothes. He looks like one of them.
Yeah,
Like a clown in a circus.
I know, and like in Harrison, his outfit for Han Solo was not like that. It was like they were trying to hide his figure or something. And I don't know why it bothers me, but I hope in the new Indiana Jones he has a lot more form-fitting outfit. Do you know what I mean? Like right now, he just looks like an old man trying. Yeah, he's trying to go. Like look at him right here.
Jumping on boxes. He's doing his Indiana Jones thing.
But he just looks like he's dressed to go to hometown buffet or something.
Slow Harrison Ford down. They probably injected him with like hormones and shit and got him half Winter Soldiered up for this movie.
And the Winter Dozer, your least favorite movie.
I like the kid who plays Winter Soldier. He's a good actor. What's his name? Clinton McWhite.
Robert Parker says, I love Blanchett, but her accent in this movie is rough. Feel free to chime in on any people in chat.
Parker's here?
Yeah. We say, I saw Robert Parker.
My gangster. The Spider. Can't wait to unleash his fury this season.
It's gonna be quite the show when he debuts.
I just dipped my fucking thing in the beer, not even as a joke, just because it seemed like the natural thing to do.
Kate Blanchett is awesome.
Oh, I thought that said beer off. Frank, I'm not reading shit because it's much work. Anyone said something, got a thing they want to shout out, give me a shout out. Kenobi, who else is out there? Nico,
yeah,
Nico said he was tuning in. Where's Nico?
How's your Lego set doing, Nico? Let us know.
Nico's like a little dungeon cousin, right? Coming out.
PJ says, older Indy to me makes sense. He's been through some shit. Yes. He just needs to find better form-fitting clothes so it could show off his still
PJ ain't wrong.
Nice physique. When he's wearing it overly baggy, he looks like an old man getting ready to go to Claim Jumper. Do they have Claim Jumper elsewhere than California? Then they won't understand the reference.
That means. What's a Claim Jumper?
The restaurant. Chili's,
I thought it was the name of a
Applebee's.
bail bonds joint. Claim Jumpers.
Oh, we do. We got some Streamlabs rolling in.
What does that mean?
Streamlabs is people's chats donated, so he'll read them out loud.
Okay, so
go on stream.
People are donating to our Clorox wipes and
the first
ramen
one,
noodle fund.
Here we go, Kaiser. The first one actually came in from Movie Fanobi. He says, Harrison Ford is an icon just like Smets and Kaiser. This is not my favorite indie movie, but having Karen Allen back was great.
Yes.
LaBeouf, meh. Kate is interesting. I enjoyed John Hurt. The Impossible spoilers. Hello, people. That's how he ends his message. All right, thank you, Movie Fanobi. And then we have another one from Paul Denuzio.
Paul D, dude. PLD.
He says, is it just me, or could anyone else see Kaiser playing Mac?
Who's Mac?
Yeah, Mac is Ray Winstone's character.
Oh, yeah, I could play Mac.
Oh, yeah, especially for people who've seen the movie. Yeah,
That's
you could
my
play Mac.
goal
You
in
probably
life.
would be like Mac.
That is
you
my
son
goal
of a
in
bitch.
life. My spirit actor is Ray Winstone. Like, you know,
He's
like
pretty
my
dope.
spirit band is the Beastie Boys. My spirit actor.
So here,
is
you
Ray.
should check this out.
What the
So
fuck is going on? Is
they're
this
at
like
Air
some
51
X-Files shit?
Yes. About to open up the casket. With
I love the X-Files. My favorite. Oh, no.
Why? Oh, no. You love the X-Files, but it can't be an indie?
No.
See, that a lot of people had problems with that. They were like, the aliens, that's too much
It's
for
like
indie.
fucking
but like,
Gremlins mixed with
you have
indie.
you had an immortal knight that's hung out and never died in Crusade, and that's okay?
But that's historical fiction.
It's a court. Okay. Well, this is historical fiction from...
I've never seen an alien. I've seen ghosts.
Here's your going. This is you, Bright. By the way.
Oh,
This is totally like you. You're his...
I have to sneeze. I probably should have had
Don't sneeze.
towels waiting.
See this, buddy? This is how you. This is why you're just like Mac, dude. Mac.
You bet him $100 I could get out of it. Oh, he's a cheat.
It's like you, pal. Just like you.
Oh, that's a nice compliment. Thanks.
I don't know. I was waiting. I was excited.
A2 Smetsy. I could do that too. So far we've had Movie Kenobi. We had Paulie D.
Movie Fanobi, but close enough.
If you guys want
All
Kaiser
the
to
boys
make...
are chiming in. All my favorites.
But we got one from Jake Yakavetta. He says, what up, fuckers?
Hey!
Whatever, Jake.
You stay safe.
Whatever, Jake from State Farm.
You stay safe out there, pal. We love you. Oh, we got to give a shout out to Jacob Patrick, too, who did the logo for Press Play. And he did it, he turned that over.
It's a good logo.
So quickly. Yeah.
He did it in Smasher Green and everything.
Yeah, he did the whole thing. He did my Smasher Twitter logo, so I wanted it to kind of match that. So that's why I reached out.
I better have a toothpick in my pocket, man.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a kayfabe. This is a kayfabe watch along. You better have your.
No, dude. And I got that. In the apocalypse, you gotta have that apocalypse toothpick, Frank.
I love this right
All
here.
I got is one of these
Look
fucking.
at that. Look at that. They make fun of his age.
You know what I mean, Frank? Last
You're
resort.
missing it. He's not even watching the movie.
I need a toothpick.
Damn, I thought that was closer. They had that in the trailer. I remember that kind of made me laugh.
Sucks. No toothpick.
Here come. You gotta watch. Here comes a big cameo here in a second. Which
I bet I got one in my bag.
It's funny. I'm holding this and it doesn't hurt me at all. Maybe because I'm just stronger than you and pretty much superior in most everything I do. Actually.
I'd say as a physical athlete, you are superior.
You're gonna.
As a mental manager, as a field general, you're not.
You like this.
Not to get out of here lying. Is that the Ark?
Yeah, and you hear the theme as a fan of the music. You hear the dun dun dun.
Don't get clever, Boris.
Hannah, I like Ike as a Who Said It 5-pointer if you ask me. That's so funny you say that. I used to have either a flashcard or one of my MP3s. Cat's out of the bag how I study. And one of them is, what do you have any last words, Indy? What was Indy's, what is his retort? And I had that in one of my MP3s or flashcards. I like Ike.
You're straight up violating that 6-foot rule.
This is, yeah. Well, I was working.
Straight up violating.
I was working with
Someone's going to kick in the doors any minute now. Frank, party's over. Your little watch along bullshit's over, boys. Violating that 6-foot rule.
You know, I had to go on a walk this morning just to get out of this house, which is legally allowed. I could not believe how many people were in Santa Monica.
Allowed.
Which is, I'm going to punch you in the face. Which there was so many people walking around. It was almost uncomfortable of how many people there were. I'm like, well, I thought it was going to be barren and I'd have my space.
This is the list. You can.
Okay, thanks.
You can grocery store or convenience shop. You can go to the pharmacy. It says care or support for a friend or family member. This is caring right here. All the way around.
Yeah, here.
We're caring for all the...
Bro, I feel like I need to take a shower in this after sitting next to you. There you go. There's some.
David, be careful. You were spraying it around the room like a fucking garden hose the other day.
You know what? Because I care about my...
That's good. That's good.
So here, you should probably pay attention to this. This is their big action piece here. I don't want to grab it. I got it. It's too close to your junk.
Making junk jokes, Bubba.
So now they get launched on this rocket thing. Him and we'll call him Igor.
Yo.
I'm guessing that's got to be the actor. Anyone in the chat?
Igor
Parker would know this. Parker and I have had long discussions about how.
Parker, who plays the big Russian goon?
Yeah, Parker and I
chime in.
We've had combos about how deep our cast knowledge goes.
You know, you got up
to know this guy.
and you could have got me a toothpick, but no, you just sat. Here's a toothpick. Picking my teeth with my tongue, looking like a dick on camera. There's kids watching, right?
Probably, yeah.
I'll try. I'll do my best. He literally looks like Daniel Craig's cousin, this Russian. And what the fuck are they riding in? Doc Brown's latest invention? It looks like a sled.
Parker, well, everything was great about that movie, but the dancing by Uhura was not good either. Sorry, that's a side note.
But a little side chatter between buddies.
I used to like playing.
Well, training partner side chatter.
I always wanted to play to a captive audience. That's a funny one-liner. All right, so now we got.
You know the thing about
this is where we're about to literally. They have talked about how the term "jump the shark" could also be now called something else, which I don't want to say it yet, for in case there's anyone in the chat.
Jump the alien.
Movies. No, you'll see, pal. You'll see.
It's got to be alien.
And this, as far as I can know, and maybe Frankie Numbers can look it up. The famous thing that I hashtag, just I'm not going to say what happens yet, just nuke the fridge, as far as I know, is something Spielberg wanted to have as early as like in other movies, and he could never get it, and he finally got to get his nuke fridge thing. You can't look that up?
I don't know how
what the fuck did you even say? It's going to take 6 days to translate it.
But
you never answered my original question. Where is Raiders of the Lost Ark on the AFI's top 100?
Oh, top 100. I didn't hear you even say that.
And then Back to the Future is not even in their top 100.
Hannah.
Do you know that?
Here,
do you know Back to the Future?
Here's your 5-pointer. What's playing on the TV when he enters this room right now?
Howdy Doody. Is it? Yes. I swear to God. Give me a Bible, I guess. It was either going to be that or it was going to be that or Ed Sullivan.
Yeah, it is Howdy Doody. Or Honeymooners, right? Like in Back to the Future.
That's my favorite show of all time is Honeymooners.
You can hear it. So he's like, so look
what the fuck?
You'll see.
Are they crash test dummies?
Raiders is number 66 on top 100. AFI.
What dumbass movie's ahead of it? How green my grass was? There it was.
Yeah, you got it. We have another Streamlabs.
Okay.
Who's that?
Sean Sullivan.
Oh, the plumber.
He says,
The Saint, Sean Sullivan. I love you, brother.
That's a good nickname, the Saint.
he says,
You got a good one.
have some money, Kaiser. I know panhandling is probably a bit rough when everyone's in quarantine. Smets, make sure Kaiser's washing his hands every once in a while. Much love from Jill and I. Can't wait to see y'all when this is all over.
Love you guys.
Well, I got something I'd like. Can I retort to the Saint?
Yeah.
Yes, I am washing my hands, and I hope you're washing the cabbage, you whiskey-drinking, belligerent,
We'll pause on
bearded,
that. I want you to watch this part.
filthy animal.
This is
shit.
part one of the. There's for me, unforgivable.
Oh,
unforgivable.
I got your answer to the nuke stuff. PJ Campbell messaged me and said that the nuke stuff originally came from Back to the Future.
That's what I heard. It was a Back to the Future.
I don't understand what's going on with the dummies. Explain to me.
He's in a boomtown.
A boomtown, like a fake nuke test town?
It's a fake nuke test town. He found himself there, and they just had a shot of they're about to do a nuclear test. And so he's doing.
Yo, he's knocking the eggs on the floor, man. That's like in a time of crisis. Save the eggs.
So thank you, PJ.
Oh,
I knew it was from Back to the Future. This was going to be a concept in Back to the Future.
He's getting in the fucking refrigerator.
Lead lined. Apparently, can protect you from this.
Get out. So wait a second.
Wait, just watch. Just let it.
Is this real?
Yeah. This is the first of the
What?
two. The other one, and everybody knows what I'm talking about.
And then the thing, Jesus.
But look at him. Boom. Would that not break any bones at this point?
Now,
he's flown minimum.
Now, this is my first problem with the movie. When they made Raiders, they made that on budget for what, 80 million? Maybe you could look that up. I bet that's $80 million, and the stunts look better than this CGI hokey dokey Play-Doh bullshit. Look like a Michael Bay Transformer movie. And now we're back to Caddyshack 4.
But this is I'll say this is a great shot right here, and it's just trying to establish what year you're in.
Oh, great. If I didn't get that it said 1968 when the movie opened, I got this guy walking around a mushroom cloud, took a bobsled ride in a refrigerator during a nuclear blast.
We have neighbors here, and we all have to,
Your neighbors were invited. It's not my fault if they don't want to join the watch along.
And it's 1957. #Schmodo.
We got another Streamlabs from one Jake Yakavetta. He says,
he's back?
He says, I can't believe I'm paying money to give a shout out to Frank. Enjoy it, Janish. It'll never happen again. I'm going to cherish this one,
Jake. Go on
Jake.
full screen for that one.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. Homeboy was in the gym.
Look at that. Did you see what he did? I love these little things right here. He literally looks at the guy's cross, and then you see him lift the thing up, and then he puts it back on his chest as if the guy was like trying to screw. Little things like that. Here comes Alan Dale. This is another one. This is another name that Parker and I probably don't need to know, but Alan Dale, the dad from the OC show, that's the only reason I know him. He's his army buddy.
Not in the AFI's top 100. What
Hey, Adam Witt's in the
universe to these people? Adam Witt, can you believe that Back to the Future is not in the AFI's top 100? How do you call yourself a Christian, a cinephile, a holy man, whatever you call yourself?
That's chat's blown up, dude. We're good.
And not put Back to the Future. That's my number 2 movie of all time.
About, hey, he was brought into the middle of the night, middle of nowhere. He's basically saying that he was brought in for some recovery project that he was never allowed to know it. Basically, the
who brought him? Why would you bring in an archaeologist
because he was a
to
war
an
hero.
alien?
You gotta watch it.
Who was a war hero? Indy?
Yes, you're gonna get to it in a second.
Has that ever been established in the previous 3 movies?
We gotta turn it up a little bit.
Have they ever established?
Yes,
in the first 3 movies that he's a war hero? I'm asking you a question.
No, because the war. No,
you're telling me Indiana Jones is a war hero. My question to you is: has it ever been established in the first 3 movies?
It doesn't need to, because they're talking about World War II. 1944.
So you're saying in the previous 3 movies he was an archaeologist and not a soldier, but now he's a soldier and an archaeologist. Yes. It's kind of weird. You don't think? What's all this military shit with Indiana Jones?
I think if you work for the government, help the government out.
He went off to war. What age? He must have been 40.
But do you not let anyone talk, or are we just going to listen to you bark the whole time? I'm going to crack you out over the head of this.
The mic, I can't talk.
Look, Temple of Doom is actually a prequel. That's the earliest one, and I believe that's 1930. I'm putting myself on the spot here. It's before World War II.
Sorry, what year do you think Temple of Doom takes place in?
1935. And
your guess?
It's not my guess. I believe it's 1935. And then 1936 is Raiders of the Lost Ark. Well, we have Parker in the chat, so we'll just let Parker or Hannah pipe in.
You're saying Temple of Doom comes before Raiders?
Yes, it's a prequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark.
How did I never know that?
I don't know, but that's the
That makes no damn
case.
sense to me. I guess from his girlfriends it makes sense because then he goes from
Yeah,
what's her name?
and then
What's the character's name? Marion.
Marion. Yeah.
So he
Ravenwood.
goes from Spielberg's wife.
So 35 is Temple. I'm glad I got that. Hold on. So
I'm trying to track his girlfriends. Can you help me for 1 minute? His first girlfriend
is Willie Scott.
Spielberg's wife.
Yes, Willie Scott.
And then he started Stuypen. What's her name? Marion.
Well, no, he started Stuypen.
Stuypen. That's a Jewish word.
Stuypen.
I grew up in New York. My Jewish
But remember,
friends
you know,
said
we don't know. Maybe PJ can give us more details about the age. Okay.
So Indy, in terms of why he's a war hero, is because in young Indiana Jones, he was a soldier starting in World War I.
Is that a TV show?
Yeah. Young Indiana Jones.
How many seasons was that? I gotta start watching that shit.
There's Horace Slughorn right here, guys.
Could you just imagine this? This is the most important thing I'm gonna say all day.
Does he want Professor Mary Thots? Does he want Professor Mary Thots' office?
If River Phoenix was still alive, could you imagine the Indiana Jones films he'd be putting out? Woo! Mama, shut the presses down. He would be crushing Indiana Jones movie.
So wait, we're skipping a couple parts here. So basically, he's getting fired because of the Red Scare. They think
seasons?
so. Right now they think that he's a communist.
They think Indy's a communist?
We were talking through it. The scene he
got
interviewed.
It's a hit job. They're
It's
trying
a hit
to set
job
him
right
up.
now, and they're getting rid of him, so he's gonna have to retire. And so he resigned too.
His dad's name is George Jones.
Henry Jones.
Henry
Sr.,
Jones
and then
Sr.
Indy's Henry.
We named the dog
So
Indiana.
this is a great scene.
What's your favorite quote in Indiana Jones movie history?
I do like Bad Date when Sala catches the date and then says the bad
That's
date.
more of a scene.
No, it's a line. Sala says he catches it. He's like, bad date.
I'll give you that, but I'd say it's more of a scene. I gotta go with the OG when the Arab swordsman is swinging
That's
the
a
thing.
scene. That's a
And then
scene.
he just-
I said a line. You said a scene.
I'm changing the talk to
change
scene.
the terms. Okay.
No. I asked you quote, and then I'm saying my favorite scene because I thought what you said was more of a scene. My favorite quote is gotta be. It's tough. God damn. What's the one? I bet you I wrote it down.
I do like a quote from, and I have it written down. It's actually a villain quote where Belloc tells Indiana Jones. I think it would be a great Who Said It.
Oh, you know what it is?
Where he's like, you know what, you and me are not so different. It only takes a little pushing to put us all the way to the dark. It sounds like you're not listening. See, you don't listen to it. You waiting for my mouth to stop moving.
I don't know.
And
you're going into some Reader's Digest shit. It sounded all sullen. Like, and anyway, you were half slumped over. Like,
you're missing very crucial.
I don't give
This is
a
where they establish
shit.
that both Marcus and his father are dead.
That's great. See, I don't need the movie. I just need you to tell me that. In that horrible picture that they cut out from a Time Life magazine.
Yeah, no, that
didn't
picture
even
is
look
literally
legit.
from like.
Didn't even look like a family
like
photo.
Starlog. Like it was like the.
It literally looked like they cut it out of a Life magazine and put it in there. Like, oh, Dad's dead.
Yeah.
All right, my top 3 favorite Indiana Jones quotes. Looks like Germany's declared war on the Jones boys.
It's good.
Fuck, I love that one. In Temple of Doom when she's got to get him out, like the bugs are crawling all over. What's her name? Billy.
We are going to
die.
Right. Yeah.
That shit is hysterical.
I like when she's yelling at him in the back of the car and she's like, and I cracked a nail.
She's good.
Club Obi-Wan.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. Great thing.
Look at Frank's walking around. He ain't even sitting at the. How you pay a guy good money to run things and he just gets up, he walks around knocking on the neighbor's door looking
now we
for
got Shia,
alcohol.
Williams.
Why is he dressed like Marlon Brando in the fucking motorcycle movie?
You missed it, but there was a cool intro where it's all foggy. I know PJ likes the same shit I like, but it's all foggy, and then the bike goes through the fog, and then his theme comes in. It's really cool. It's a really cheesy fake photo of him and a young John Hurt there, but this is funny. Now, guys, pay attention right now. I know you should be paying attention to the storyline. Pay attention to Shia and what he keeps doing with the table next to him, especially with the jock. He'll keep doing things to their table, and sometimes Harrison or Indy corrects it or stops it. It's actually really funny, the interplay, and I love that about Spielberg, how he does look what he does. He's putting his comb in the guy's coke so he can run it through his hair, and that's not the first thing he starts doing. So it's funny, and then they're like, "What?" So keep your eye on that. It's something I always like when you watch these movies 50 times like I have to do, you start trying to find anything in the scenes to make it kind of more fun.
He's trying to be too tough, too hard. I don't like this interaction.
Well, that's his character.
I understand.
He's taking that person's beer.
They're just. This seems
And then
so
look
coloring.
He puts the beer right back on
so
the tray.
coloring
I love
book.
that.
It's coloring book choreography. I'm not on board with it. I get what you're saying. The comb move was funny. I would have ended it at that. But I'm having trouble buying his tough guy act because he's too young.
But
now that Shia,
Indy's about to make a joke about how what you'll see. Just give him a shot because they actually play that into his part.
right?
You'll see. Akator.
I hated him rolling up like Marlon Brando in The Wild Ones. That was the cheesiest, most on the nose, color by number, bullshit directing move I've seen in this movie. Maybe the second. Oh, let's make him look like Marlon Brando in The Wild Ones. Isn't everybody cute? Everybody knows their movies. Stop trying to be cute in your movies, Frank. That's all I'm trying to tell people.
So he's telling the backstory here about Akator and Francisco del Oriano.
Shia gets better with age, like a good bottle of wine. Right now, I don't buy his little
If
young.
you watch
tough
Shia's
guy.
Hot Ones, it's a really good
It's
one.
great. I watched it. That was better than this scene.
Yeah.
Shy on Hot Ones. Peanut Butter Falcon. I look forward to seeing the one that's loosely based on his story. I got that one at the house.
About his
What's
dad.
that called? Honeysuckle?
Something like that.
Close enough. I'm gonna let you hold.
Oh, I do. One of my favorite lines.
This is good. I gotta go.
Fortune and glory. Fortune and glory.
For the next 40 minutes.
Fortune and glory, kid. That's a good one too.
Oh, that would be.
You should see what Kaiser's doing. He literally has the gymnastics ability of a 50-year-old man, and he just knocked over a beer, and he doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm looking at now. I can see what.
Wow, it's a shock.
Asshole.
You could see it right here. It's been here the whole time. All right, I'm gonna scroll down and look at chat and see here. Hannah's asking if this movie's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't care about what he has to do.
Reveal the secrets, Frank. There's no secrets. Pull back the curtain too far, Frank.
You're a teacher? One thing PJ will probably recognize this too because he's seen this movie as many as I have, but the trailer when he finally calls him out in the grave and he's like, "You're a teacher?" And Indy says part-time in this version. In the trailer, it was a different cut where he says part-time differently. And I always wondered why they changed the take. I thought the take in the trailer was better. Those are little things that I notice. Look how much better looking the screen is without Kaiser sitting next to it. Let's be honest. All we need is a hot man right here and really scorching.
Is Adam Witt still here?
We got lots of people here. I'm going to scroll down.
Adam Witt said anything?
We got
Chimed in?
I think Saul's in the chat. Tyler's in the chat. Adam Witt, David Dranow, Mike. Oh, there's my mom. Mama Smash is in the. Say hi, Mom. Mama Smasher's in the chat. Everybody say hi to her. Mike Deacon, the man. Hope you're doing well, man. I know that you got to shut down over there yourself, so stay safe over there. And then he says, "Oh, punch Joe College." I feel like that would be a 5-pointer too. What does Indy refer to him as? Joe College. And then this right here, you better shake, rattle, and roll. This song. Listen, it's not a secret. I have put scores and soundtracks on the wheel. Let's not talk to you. We're talking about me right now. I have put scores and soundtracks on the wheel almost every one of my matches that I've been allowed to. I think starting on with my third match, still have not spun on it. In fact, my spinning luck has been horrible throughout my whole career. I've never landed on opponent or spinner's choice. I've landed on opponent's choice. Who said it? Every time I put a wheel, the only time I was stoked on my wheel spin was my debut with movie release dates, believe it or not. And I never had movie release dates on my wheel after that. And I've been trying Skaliski knows every time I put scores and soundtracks, still not landed on it. But one of these days I will, and I'll show you guys how much I know about it because I do love that aspect of it. And I don't care that you guys know that's a strength because I'll never land on it anyway. I have the worst wheel luck of all time. Or this year, I don't spin at all because I haven't played.
I take responsibility.
A little bit, dude. This is a great chase right here. This is one of my favorite parts of the movie where they chase. And I remember, if you guys remember, back in 2007, I was really following the production of this movie, 2006, 2007, and there was video that someone filmed, and it was the stuntman right here. It was probably this stunt guy, and it was Indy with Shia riding a motorcycle, riding down the street, and some college kids filmed this behind the scenes, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And then they go through the school here. It's cool. Of course, Kaiser's over there having a cigarette, because that's what you want to do during this time of a respiratory disease going out there, is smoke cigarettes. Now to the Streamlabs. Let's hear it.
This one is from
Thanks.
The Machine.
Hey, Janine.
She says, y'all are hot, but not as hot as a hot man. Boom, roasted. This movie is trash, but I'm here because I love you, XOXO.
Double XO's back at ya. Thank you very much. Yeah, we could all agree the hot man's the hot man, dude. He should still know where Nepal is, though. Sorry. Hey, where's Raven? Wait, where's Marion Ravenwood's? He's gonna kill me for this. Where's Marion Ravenwood's bar in Raiders of the Lost Ark? Nepal. Nepal. This is kind of funny too. Total Red Scare. And here comes the Marcus Brody. Oh, that's another great line. This is a nice little homage right here to Last Crusade, where he's not happy with it, and a little hinting at father and son. Hey, my favorite line, okay, I agree. It's kind of a scene too, where there's like, oh, you gave the diary to Marcus, and then they're like, we'll find Marcus, and Indy's like, the hell you will. He's got contacts from here to all the way to the Sudan. With by any chance he's got the Grail already, and it cuts to him, and it's like, excuse me, do you speak English? Does anyone here speak English? That's one of my favorite lines too. And Marcus got lost in his own museum. Yeah, should have sent it to the Marx Brothers. Here's a great line where it shows his arc between Crusade and this movie. He tells the kid to get out of the library and in the school books, whereas in Crusade he was telling students, stay in the library, do your research, and X never marks the spot. These are things that you kind of see when you watch them all. Happy birthday, Paul Preston, P squared. I feel like that is a famous actor too, but I can't remember. I can't remember who. I feel like the kid that he get out of the library, he says get out of the library to, is someone, but I can't remember. Frankie, could you look that up? I feel like, I could be wrong, but I felt like the kid that he talks to. You should probably get over here now, fucking guy. I need you to carry the show for 5 minutes. Like I carried your dungeon last year. Well, there was only 2 of us. Yeah, that's true. For the first half anyway, but then we had Paul help us out. He carried the weight pretty good. If you could see what I'm seeing, it's just him sitting at the kitchen table smoking a cigarette. Yeah, he shot me a text today actually wondering how I'm doing in this whole madness. Once dungeon, always dungeon. That was a great match. You're in this time and this age right now where like everybody's just so solid. Oh, Adam Witt said Paul Preston will be on here soon. That'll be great. How great of an addition. It's great. I think he fits in just fine. Perfectly. He ran into that buzzsaw, Sean Sullivan, the Saint, but... So Nazca, Peru, here we go. This, Brandon Hanna, is what you call a map scene from the Indiana Jones movies. It's where they have this line that shows you where they're going. So it'll stop, right? And it'll be like, oh, we're in Cuba. And then it turns. And now you see we're in Cuba. Oh, now we're going to go to Mexico City. They're going to stop, land there, refuel. Now they're going down further. As you can see, the map, Brandon Hanna, is what shows you where you're going. And it'll end on Nazca, Peru. And that would be a 5-point question, but it's really not a 5-point question if you kind of just follow it and you say, oh, they're going to Cusco right there. Peru. I do like this shot. This is from the trailers with all the things. Is Brandon Hanna killing me in the chat yet?
All right, well, we also have another Streamlabs coming from PJ Campbell.
PJ Campbell, the man. What do we
He
got?
says, just here to give a little extra love to Frank and Smets. I'm so glad we can give some love to a movie that doesn't get nearly enough. Crystal Skull truly is a nice, quote-unquote, final chapter if we ever get another. Just my 2 cents. Much love, guys.
Yeah.
Nothing about Kaiser.
Yeah, this part, like, listen. I actually don't hate this movie as much as others. I like the score. I thought the soundtrack was great. There's just the 2 unforgivable sins, I guess. Like the other one's coming up, and we'll wait until then. But the nuke the fridge thing, I was not a fan of, and then the main thing, which is coming up, and I think we all know what that is. But other than that, I think this is great. Again, I think that I'm very well at what I do because I like all of these movies. Everybody's always made fun of me, even in film school. Like, oh, you can't trust Kevin's opinion. He likes everything. Oh, that's me. I like he's talking about right now, Young Indiana Jones, where he rode with no, I'm blanking out.
I just want to read out real quick. Yeah. William Nunn in the chat says, most detailed map scene description I've ever heard. I applaud you, Kevin.
What did I say?
But the detailed map, when you're detailing
the
map.
detailed maps. Yeah, well, that's just in case someone like Brandon Hanna's watching and wants to know where exactly the movie's taking place. He's throwing out a shout out to his Young Indiana Jones series that we were talking about.
Can't wait to watch that.
He actually was in an episode where he had an old beard and he was in a rocking chair, Indiana Jones, and
playing
he had playing himself. Yeah, you could find it on YouTube if you search old Indiana Jones, Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
They used to have the comic book too. They weren't that good. You know how I started collecting comic books, Frank? Did I ever tell you this?
Oh.
My dad, in the off season, would spend his time at the horse track because that's where umpires should spend the off season, racetrack. And the only way he could get me to shut up for 9 races was buy me 3 comic books. So when he go buy the race for me, buy me 3 comic books. So this is how it works. For the first 3 races, you just look at the pictures, and then for the next 3 races, you figure out which one's the good one and which one's shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then by the end of it, you got like 2 you want to read. So I normally threw out Captain America, kept the X-Men.
Wow.
Yeah. Captain America.
No Archie comics for you? You feel like an Archie comics
Punisher, fan. Wolverine, X-Men, Web of Spider-Man.
Do you know that
the first wore the black suit?
Do you know
they had my 4 favorites.
They had a Punisher meets Archie comic book. They actually had a
what?
I'm not kidding. They had Archie versus Predator too. If you look up, you could find
Archie versus Predator.
Yes.
It sounds like
I'm not joking.
Better than this. Sorry, I gotta hold the belt and the mic. I just like holding this. I just like having this close by me, Frank. It's like Teflon. It's almost like I'm begging people to come get it.
This is how's it looking on this? That exists. Archie versus Predator.
All right, well, I got another Streamlabs here from Movie Finobi. He says,
Obi-Wan Finobi.
Anyone remembers Smets crashing Frankie Schmobate's episode? Classic housemate hazing. Get Kaiser to sit his dungeon ass back down, which you have now done.
He said, "Sit your dungeon ass down." That's
look at that.
That's a fan. That's a dungeon fan, right? He's telling me what to do.
Let's keep you up to date because you don't know what's going on. Now.
I see. There's alien writings on the walls. There was an alien in the body bag.
They're trying to. Here's what you don't know. John Hurt plays a character called Oxley. It's a professor. It's a friend of his mother's. They're trying to track down Oxley. He was in this prison cell. He's not there anymore, and so that's why he's upset because Oxley was like his mentor, and he wrote on
hieroglyphics on
yes,
the wall.
and they're trying to be like, well, what are they talking about?
And now that he's gone, let's talk about him. Quite frankly, he ran out of deodorant 3 days ago. That's the scary part. He's out of anxiety medicine. So it's going to be a rough 3 days, but we got Chutes and Ladders, Tic-Tac-Toe, and we're going to play 1942 later. All right, he's got a map and a broom. This looks like Angels and Demons. What's that shit called?
Yeah.
What was the first one called? The Hammurabi Code or something?
Yeah, the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah. Shia, this kid. And he doesn't know that he's his son yet? Is that right?
No, they do not know.
Oh, hey, Smet. So, in regards to that bearded indie you were talking about, he said, PJ says, bearded indie and young indie came from Harrison Ford while he was shooting The Fugitive, so that's why he got.
Wow, that's why he had his beard. Yeah, there's footage of him driving a Jeep through the snow, and it's like Indy.
Do you know who was originally cast to play Indiana Jones?
Yeah, that would be Tom Selleck.
That's right, and his big ugly mustache. But thank God he was under contract at CBS for Magnum that we didn't get stuck with him.
Yeah.
And Lucas didn't want Harrison Ford at first. Yeah. And Spielberg had to talk him into it.
Quigley Down Under is actually good. I think you get an idea of what he would have been like in Quigley Down Under.
Quigley Down Under is a fucking beer coaster in my house. It ain't a movie. Okay?
Quigley Down Under.
It's not even a DVD. That DVD don't work.
They show Quigley Down Under. They show people getting thrown off a cliff, dude. It's horrible.
Quigley Down Under.
Look at.
Yeah, look at it.
Treat that well. I'm looking forward to defending that thing.
It's a nice
tell you that
boat
much.
that ain't going nowhere.
Okay, so this is one sequence.
I'm out of freaking granola bars.
What are you doing with the peanut butter thing? You're not just scooping peanut butter like. Is it your peanut butter or mine?
Brought this here.
What are you? Crying over a breakup or something?
Desperate times. Call for desperate measures.
Look, this is what. That's
Jiffy.
like. You should ration.
We're looking for a sponsor, Jeff. If you're interested and you want to come on board for Press Play with Kaiser and the Smasher, eat your Jif.
Also brought to you by Archie vs. the Predator.
Packed with protein and creaminess. This is actually your peanut butter, motherfucker.
It's my peanut butter?
I only took one bite. I only took one bite. Look,
This
go.
is a.
No, go look
this
at
is
it.
a
Done.
time.
One bite. It's quarantine.
It's a time of holding things,
I'm hungry.
rationing, and you're eating. And
Mm-hmm. What the fuck is that? Well, Amazon person jumped out the wall.
boom,
What the
right
fuck?
through his back. I love
Ooh,
that.
that's a slick move, Indy.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so here's the part. They changed the take from the trailer. In the trailer, he's like, part-time. And in this, he's like, part-time. No idea why they changed it, but you can look it up online. See how he kind of says part-time? In the trailer, he's like, part-time, which was way better. But, you know,
You know what I love about Indiana Jones? You gotta love his shortcomings. He's afraid of snakes.
He slept with underage women, too. You don't love
What?
that. Well, what do you think the Marion thing was? Yeah. That's the whole thing. That's why they're falling out. In the Raiders of the Lost Ark, read between the lines. He was kind of a dick.
Shit.
Yeah,
Well,
they had
that's
it was probably a forbidden love. He was
He's
probably
kind of-
18
listen,
and she was
the fact you
17 or
said,
15.
he's afraid of snakes. He's kind of a dick. These are shortcomings. These are what make for a richer character.
Yeah.
He's not good with women. He's been punched in the face by women. He's good with women. He doesn't end well with women.
By the way, so this
well.
this is one thing that I really liked about this movie, and I think that most fans of this movie agree. They do have a nice, we call it Tomb Raider-esque. It's a Tomb Raider scene. It's a total scene where they go into a tomb and there's a couple things and traps or whatnot. And I always like this in the movies.
We got another Streamlabs here from Paul Denuzio. He said, did someone say big, ugly mustaches? I feel attacked.
Oh, wow. Why are you hurting
If there's
Paul's
anything you should know about my outlook on Paul Denuzio, that I think he's got a big, scratchy, slimy mustache.
and a big heart.
He's got a big heart. I didn't say he didn't. It's a big heart wrapped in a big, slimy, bushy mustache. And that's my outlook on Frankie. Paulie. I get my Paulies and my Frankies confused.
Yeah,
By the
well.
way, I learned something. You learn something about this if Kaiser doesn't talk through it. You'll learn about that the size of a scorpion, the bigger the better. Listen to this. Don't keep it to yourself. I'm that guy right now that's quoting quotes because we've seen this movie.
What a great screen.
Again,
Might be one of the
By the way, how well lit is if you go that deep underground, it would be pitch black. And I just love how their it's just Hollywood, but like how their one torch just fully lights the whole thing. It looks like you're in line for Forbidden Eye at Disneyland.
Damn amusement park ride. Shit, I was gonna say something, but you told me to shut up. So I thought the whole point.
Bless you.
I thought the whole point of this thing was for me to talk through this. Isn't that why we're
Are
here?
You following the
I know what's going on, and when I don't, I ask you. And his name is what, Shia? Is what? Mutt Williams?
Yes.
Is that a catcher for a AAA baseball team in Pawtucket? Mutt Williams? Mutt Williams in the Temple of Doom?
Well,
that's horseshit. That's a terrible name for a terrible character.
A pulpy name, Mutt Williams.
Mutt Williams.
You could see that, like, if there was 2 books next to each other, Indiana Jones and blah blah blah, and then Mutt Williams.
No.
And the Crusaders of
I'd
Justice.
light Mutt Williams on fire, and I
like that. Watch this. This is a total.
We are going to die.
This is a total father-son scene, and they don't even know it yet, but it is.
I love how you're so excited about this mess, but we also have another Streamlabs from our boy Ed Haskell. He says,
here, watch this. Look, we're before the Ed Haskell. Okay. Sorry, Ed. Hold on,
Eddie Haskell. We gotta watch this.
Come on. That's such a good moment. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
So Ed says, "Sup guys? By chance, do you have any chocolate chips in the house? Then be like me. Pour some of them into the peanut butter jar, and every spoonful is chock full of goodness. Repeat as needed."
Dude,
that
sounds amazing.
That's a life hack right there.
Yeah, that's a good life hack.
We have chocolate-covered peanut butter, but we have chocolate-adjacent Bud Light. So the Nestle chocolate chips, Smets is going to do some baking later, rest up against the can of beer. But thanks for your recipe.
And Ed,
word it right in.
Ed was talking about how they do a Netflix watch party where you can do it live with everybody else. I don't know.
We're being sponsored today by Netflix and Jiffy Peanut Butter.
Now this is a question that I
with Kaiser and the Smash.
So there's some things that are in movies that are made up, right? Like apparently Christopher Nolan said that in Batman Begins when he's like, take care of your chest, your arms will handle the rest, or whatever. I forget the line. And he said that he made that up, like, and it totally crushed me. And there's a scene right now where they're gonna open a mummy, and it's perfectly preserved, and then it just immediately like dissolves in front of them. And I'm wondering if that would really happen in real life. Because watch here.
How sick were the effects in Raiders of the Lost Ark for? Pretty good, right? That shit. When you were a kid, dude, that was like horror movie level scary.
Right, the melting face screwed me up.
Raiders had comedy,
and
action, horror. Too. I mean, that's why it's the greatest film of all time.
Next to Back to the Future.
Just above it.
And Glory.
Below it.
Yeah. But watch this. Is this true? Do you think that would really happen?
Wait, human being in there?
Dead body.
Maybe
I always wonder now, would that happen? And then it would just, the air would do its work, like right between, you'd see it.
I got one.
Air doesn't agree with him. That's such an
small question.
Okay.
How did Indy and Mutt meet?
You were busy yelling about the Marlon Brando thing. He rode up along. Indy was leaving the country because of the Red Scare, and then he was like, "Hey, do you know Oxley? I'm trying to find him. It's a friend."
So the kid went looking for Indy based on they both know Moxley?
Oxley. He knew that Indy knew Oxley.
John Moxley?
Yeah, and Mutt says, "My mom knows you. You don't know Mary?" And he's like, "I don't know Mary."
He just drove up. He knew Indiana Jones was on that train.
He knew he was on that train.
Back.
You would have
seen that. He just knows Indiana Jones is jumping on this fucking train and heading out to the Czech Republic, or out of the Czech Republic. I think he was going to teach in my Marlon Brando costume.
He was going to teach in Leipzig, actually, which is a IG city because it's also the place of the airport in Civil War, Leipzig.
Country of the end.
I know. All right, we got another Streamlabs from our buddy Jake Yakavetta. He says, Jake says, I knew there was a reason I liked you. Just bought 5 cases of Bud Light to survive this shit.
Amen.
5 cases is a lot of cases.
That was Jake. Water. You got beer. You don't need water. Yeah. You just got beer.
Jake ain't playing games when it comes to beer. Okay. I thought I was stocked
we also
with a 30-pack of Miller.
Just got a donation from the Hot Man. I just want to hear this one.
Hitman's giving us his money?
Yeah, well, Hot Man.
He's only got $13. I mean, how much did he give us?
All right, well, he says, what do you think about changing the Star Wars slice in IG to a Lucasfilm slice? Expands the category and makes things just a little more difficult for guys like Alex Damon. Also, it would lead to less deep-cut questions.
It's a good idea. Because then you hit Lucas and you could get any breadth of his films.
Right. I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a very good idea. I mean, listen, we all know, oh, Jesus, earthquakes and pandemics. All right, the angle's good. What I was going to say is, just because, you're good, okay. What I was going to say was, just because Brandon Hanna looks stupid,
getting crazy
it
over here,
doesn't
guys.
mean that he is stupid. He's
Brandon,
actually a
you're
very
not as
smart
dumb as
guy.
you look.
Very smart
I
guy.
don't care what everybody else thinks. You're a good dude.
This is charging over here.
But I want to keep my eye on the chat. Oh, it's not charging. Oh, gotcha.
Can someone call IT? Call IT. Call Dwayne and IT.
The black and orange.
You know, Dwayne Burke is running IT for us. He's up stringing up some cables. Everybody know
I'm
Dwayne?
going to try to keep my eye on the chat.
Main Dwayne.
Scoot over a little bit. So now they found the crystal skulls, which, by the way,
Looks like the alien skull. Like
this
that looks like
movie came out-
Ripley.
when this movie came out, there were specials about it. Crystal Skull is based on lore and historical fact. There have been
In Peru?
There have been crystal skulls that were discovered. They had full National Geographic episodes about the
Damn.
crystal skulls. So the elongated
And they were shaped like that, like
Yes,
the alien head?
Same thing. Yes, it's based on. This is based on. It's not fact, but it's
Is
based
it
on
to
history.
suggest that alien skulls exist on this planet? Aliens came and visited us, and these are their
Way
skulls?
back in the day, yes.
That's what it's suggesting.
In this movie, for sure. Yes.
So it's like that ancient aliens shit on history, but is real.
yes.
Because those people are crackpots, right?
Isn't that one meme of the guy that's like
The
this?
guy with the hair. Those people are crackpots, right? There's no historical
Absolutely,
fact
you
and
were-
all that.
Worries left. Oh, that you were right in something.
Camera's set now?
I like that idea, Brandon. That's actually.
Good idea,
And
Brandon.
you have to get your Howard.
Brandon Hot Pockets
and
Hannah.
Willow-
Good idea.
Willow, get your Willow locked
Can we
down.
start calling him Brandon Hot Pockets, Hannah?
Here we go. There's
Hashtag Brandon
the
Hot
guy
Pockets
that- hey,
Hannah.
it's you and your guy that's just like you because you're a scumbag.
Winstone?
Yeah, you're a scumbag traitor.
Yeah. Not until I turn my back on you can you say that. Now I'm starting to think
Oh,
about it.
hey, Brandon, check it out. It's a map again. See now you see we're flying out of Peru and we're gonna go on the Amazon. So now if they ever ask you a question about the Amazon, you know. See, oh look at now we're going to there. I don't know what to say.
Now for you people
He's gonna kill me.
Now for you people who really are expecting a treat tonight, you want to take those mushrooms and watch Apocalypse Now with us, the director's cut, following this movie for about 4.5 hours. There'll be dancing Russians. There'll be hogs getting killed in the woods. Agent Orange. Brando poetry. You're in, right? You got some peyote for later.
Absolutely.
When I look this way, I'm looking to Frank.
Yeah, that's right. I'm over this way.
Sometimes I just gotta, when I gotta relate to something, I go, Frank, you know what's going on?
Yeah, that's right. I'm
When
right
you
here.
gotta deal with this lunatic your whole life, you just
Okay.
gotta look to somebody for support. Like, you know what's going on? Wait a minute, they're friends again? Oh wait, that's not Winston. No, they're arguing. Oh, he's. I'm gonna steer on Brace's.
He does have a cool ass. Yeah,
Conrad, you think this is about flags? This is about vodka. This is about oligarch money. And with these easies, I will crush you with my bare fist, my Ray Rhinestone mighty fist.
How's that for a fucking audition tape, Frank?
Beautiful.
Someone should record that and send it to Fox or Sony.
You probably sound like a adopted.
For God's sake, Smith, you try to run this dungeon. We can't keep the lights on unless they supercharge the money. How do I keep you dungeon lights on?
We were watching Sopranos last night, and Frank and I started laughing because there's two. It's when he was with the Russian girl and then the one-legged Russian girl, but like they both sound exactly like Dasha, and we just started laughing. We're like, "Did they sound just like Dasha?"
Seriously?
No, get another one. You take that. Take
All right, hey,
you don't like
all right.
I don't wanna
Parker
switch
or
back and
Hannah,
forth.
whoever IG's in there, even Janine. When Indy looks at the skull coming up, what is
Actually,
the one
between
word
Corona and
that
Bud
he
Light,
says?
you are.
Where the crumbs go all over the place. See, that he disposed of it.
Or the two words.
Crumbs.
No, he says a sentence. He looks at the skull and says a sentence. What is it? I'm gonna give Brandon or Parker, if he's still in there, a
Are you
chance.
offering a challenge?
So he sees the He says one word actually. He looks at the skull and gets in this.
Anyone need one?
Yeah, please. I'll have one.
What?
Yeah, please.
There's one here, so we need one.
Saul, you're in here, right? Come on, future IG champion, maybe. Saul, what does the one word that Indy says when looking at the skull?
Oh, let him answer.
Let's see if anybody can catch it. I know it's a little delayed. Parker is wrong. It is not power.
Whoa, Parker!
Parker, he bleeds!
Don't be getting things wrong on tape, Parker. Don't be getting things wrong on tape, Parker. You know I love you like a brother. Now you gotta watch 6 Indiana Jones movies back to back.
He's gonna text you. You're gonna.
I know there's only 4, but 6 means you gotta rewatch 2.
Well, no, we film our own version where we recreate all the scenes, just me and Kaiser. You have to watch that now.
I like when you and the Spider are in the gym together, in the dungeon training center together. It's like Wolverine and Nightcrawler, like the two nasty guys.
Hey, thanks, beer wench, as Janine called you.
Hey, I like
That's
beer.
Janine.
I like beer. I don't care.
Can I tell you a story, Come?
Listen to me. Listen to me.
My friend, can I tell you a story?
You tell me anything you
I
want.
want to tell you a story.
Tell me, listen.
There
Tell me.
was this man.
Yes.
His name was Saul.
Soul.
He come from Brooklyn.
Yeah, he was
His name's Saul.
dungeon.
And so, I draft this Saul.
Soul.
I draft this man. I draft him.
You draft
to the dungeon.
Your dungeon.
And what happened is, this man tell me I do IG only. I do IG only.
IGO.
Do he not know I got the Smasher, the Spider? What I need IG? I trade this soul to Kate Mulligan. That's that story.
That's the.
I want to tell you that story. I want to tell you the story of how I traded Saul.
Saul was a dungeon member for
What do we got now,
15
Civil War?
for
What's
15
going
minutes.
on
So
here?
now we got. So there's John Hurt, who's Oxley.
He looks like a mystical. Dude, he looks like he came from Woodstock.
Because when you look at that skull, it freaks you out and makes you crazy.
Okay, this is a good character. I'm down.
Larry Payne's got his Corona. Amen, brother.
Larry Payne.
We have Coronas too, and then Kaiser had a strict mandate of no Corona jokes.
No Corona joke. No. I mean, it's gonna
And
be
not
a few-
because of like, let's keep things
don't-
positive, because he was like, it's too hacky. He was like,
Yeah,
he's like
hacky.
Artie Lang from the Stern Show in 2004. Hey, you're being a
I'll
hack.
take those numbers.
Yeah. All right, so this is, you're gonna see.
Welcome
I just
back.
wish-
Welcome back, Frankie.
We're doing this cave-
Frankie Numbers, the lazy bastard, supposed to be running operation. He got up, he drink beer, he do cocaine, he eat graham cracker, everything he do except his job.
Graham cracker?
Did somebody say graham cracker?
By the way, on my KOTOR trilogy Instagram, if you see, I made the the Call of the Wild movie. I made an Indiana Jones poster out of it. You should check it out. Actually, I can just load it up. I thought it was funny because like they renamed the Birds of Prey movie because they were trying to get more buzz or whatnot. I was quite proud of this. Does that show, Frankie? That movie would have gone way better if it was called Indiana Jones and the Call of the Wild.
Indiana Jones and the saga of why I've been sitting in a chair for 45 minutes with handcuffs. I feel like this scene's been 30 minutes long.
This has been long, yes. We're going to find out when he looks at he's going to look at the skull and he's going to say the word that I'm disappointed that nobody has come up with.
Helena
Parker, it's
Bonham-
return.
Helena Bonham-
Return, because the skull wants to be returned.
Boner. Helena Boner.
Helena
I could be
Bonham-
wrong here because it's been ages since I've seen it too, but it's return.
What's her name? Helena Bonham Carter?
No, that's Kate Blanchett.
Helena Bonham Blanchett
Hold on.
is
This
back
is
with her
important.
mo
This is
haircut.
what he says. This would be a 5-pointer, right? No, 3-pointer. This is a 3-pointer. It would be like, in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, what is the word that Indy says after staring into it? This is a good score part right here, too. Good music.
Means business. That chick is not to be messed with. I bet Indy makes out with her before the end of the movie.
Nathaniel has a question for me. I'll answer that in a second, Nathaniel. Apparently, the Russians were really working on a lot of crazy stuff about brain control. They thought they could literally turn minds and infiltrate within. So they were kind of writing based off that, too.
Winning the hearts and minds.
Let's
with
see if I got return. There it is.
machinery.
There it is, Parker. Return. That's the word. And then he says it, too. So that could be a question.
How do they turn the skull on? Is there a switch? Oh, you
You gotta cover it. It's like Medusa. Remember Medusa in Clash of the Titans, the 80s version?
Yeah, that was a
Harry
good
Hamlin?
movie back in the day. It don't hold up anymore.
Yes, it does. That scene, sorry to this day, that is the scariest fucking scene of all
I like
time.
how Indy took a quick. He's like, get this quick jab. That's a good indie move right there.
Yeah, and he told him he was going to break his nose.
Perfect. Take it on.
Nathaniel Elias, since we got our chat boy over here, not stat boy over here, not paying attention.
Chat boy, Frankie numbers.
Can we get a go at the Star Wars belt? Well, we got Adam Witt on the case right now. My number one goal is going to be to defend the title. I really want to do it. Everybody knows that I've wanted to be a fighting champion, and circumstances have happened where I have not been able to defend, and that's no one's fault.
Dungeon secrets.
He doesn't let me talk. He just likes to
Go ahead.
He's the kid that if he's at what Kaiser was? He was the kid at the birthday party that if it was someone else's birthday, you had to buy him a birthday present too, so then he wouldn't have a
would
fucking
be nice.
Yeah, wouldn't have a temper tantrum.
No, you're going to Star Wars. That's happening.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows. Like
That's happening.
Yeah. Great, right there. He's just seen Marion. Look, he just saw Marion for the first time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Star Wars is happening. I just don't know the timetable right now because I'm focused. Number one is on defending the belt.
I want to see this on the left and the Star Wars on the right.
That would be ideal.
You just keep the belt handy to pop in on promos and zing.
PJ, I know that this is another thing you like. His first reaction when he sees Marion, and he's like, that's such an Indiana, that's such a Harrison line.
How is Marion here? I don't understand. Where is she coming from?
Ox. They all are connected to Oxley. John Hurt. They all brought him together. This is great. What? Listen.
They're good together. They'll help.
Oh, Marion, you had to go get yourself kidnapped. Same old, same old. Amen. Parker just says, promise you, IG Belt isn't leaving this dungeon this whole season.
And Will Watson just subscribed to your channel.
What's that?
Will Watson subscribed to your channel.
Will Watson, welcome to the KOTOR.
Will Watson was in the movie Stand By Me.
It's Will Wheaton. I hear his voice and I hear Ollivander. Oh, Mr. Potter.
He's passed away now, eh?
Yeah.
Some powerhouse actors in this movie.
I know. Someone else said it. I think
looking
Adam
ahead,
Witt.
I see Winstone.
Adam Witt said it. Here, I'll chime in
Ford.
because Adam Witt said something just like what you said. If someone says they don't want to see an Indiana Jones movie with Ray Winstone, Jim Broadbent, John Hurt, and Kate Blanchett, I question their taste. It's true. Like I said, there's this. You haven't seen the biggest atrocity of this film. It's happening, and everyone knows what it is. You're gonna lose your shit. You're not. You're gonna look at it and not understand what you're saying.
Are they gonna go to a Doors concert? Because that would be
and
cool.
Teddy Fisha just subscribed to your channel as well.
Teddy Feach.
We got big plans.
Don't know how to say his last name. It's
KOTOR
F-E-I-C-A.
fans. The first draft of the first cut of the Revan episode 1, finished last night. Brandon Twigg, Jenks, hard at work at that, and it looks amazing. It's all we have to do now is a sound design pass and then finish up with preliminary casting. But it's gonna be really good. It clocks in at a solid. I think we have it at 17 minutes right now, and it is the perfect.
That's the right time.
length.
You want to be under 20.
Yeah,
and you released a trailer for that, right?
We did a trailer recently. Yeah,
that shit was sick.
Yeah, and so I'm really excited about it. And so I know there's a lot of KOTOR fans that subscribe to our channel.
I want to learn more about those characters because I didn't know shit about that till I watched your trailer. I'm like, who are these nasty Jedi Sith fucking dudes?
That was a different time.
When is the
Personally,
episode?
I'm gonna finish it probably in mid-April.
Personally, I'll say if you don't know the KOTOR history or lore, it's a great way to jump in. I did it, and I was watching
it. Looked dope.
And if you want to jump into it, it's a great way without having to play the whole game and stuff like that.
Do they use it they talk about it in the Clone Wars, animated?
In the Rebels show, there's a couple references to the Mandalorian conflict. In the Mandalorian show, they talk about how the Mandalorians had a conflict with the Jedi, and that's referencing.
When did that come up?
It's just I forget what it was in the second to last episode.
He said that the Mandalorians and the Jedis had a conflict
in the Mandalorian. I think the girl, I forget. Forgive me, I don't know.
I love her, the UFC fighter.
No, the girl that was the one. Say girl, but the one that makes all the armor.
Yeah,
she talks to him about a conflict between. I don't even think they call him Jedi.
That.
They call him between mysticism. I forget what it was, but it was a total shout out to KOTOR.
I missed that, dude.
Yeah.
That TV show is so sick. That Mandalorian.
This is going to be a funny. There is a scene coming up here that I think goes back to. So what are you halfway in right now? How are you feeling about this movie? Do you hate it or
also BTW Sean Baker just subscribed to your channel as well.
Sean Baker.
Sean Baker, he ain't the candlestick maker. Can I just welcome people with fake Beastie Boy raps when they subscribe? Subscribe to the channel, and I will Beastie Boy the shit out of your name.
This is a great sequence right here.
I'll tell you how I'm feeling. I'm feeling that this movie's at a 5 for me right now. It ain't.
50 people watching.
It hasn't. The movie hasn't gone off the deep end to where I hate it, but it ain't going nowhere into where I like it. But I'm interested.
That's good.
I'm interested.
So I want you to watch this interplay right here between him and right here.
They brought in the quicksand trick.
Watch.
Oh, the old.
Listen. Oh, by the way, you're gonna have to, because you talked over this joke earlier. He told him like, "Oh, don't worry about school. You don't have to go to school if you don't want to," not knowing that he's his dad. That's gonna play in it. It's a funny joke.
You did allude to.
Sorry, Paul Denuzio. I know you're already subscribed, so I'll just give you some recognition. Paul Denuzio, subscribe to the channel.
His
Paul,
name.
you just subscribe to my KOTOR channel now. I released the trailer 3 weeks ago, and this is actually outing some of the non-true fans.
Seriously.
Wow, Paul. Wow.
His name is Paulie P.
Also, shout out to Larry Payne. He also subscribed. And Kyle Beckworth just subscribed.
Welcome to the party,
Kyle Beckham.
Beckworth.
Wait, you should get off his back about.
Bend it like Beckworth.
Watch. Listen. His name is Henry. This is where he finds out.
Oh shit. Well, they're sinking in quicksand. That's pretty much what it's like
Watch
when
what
you're
it says.
told you have a kid and you didn't know about. You feel like you're seeping in quicksand.
Why don't you let him finish school? It's totally true.
Hey
It's
man,
all
that's
different.
an indie move. That's an indie move. That's an indie line. His name is
I do like
Paulie
this
D.
sequence.
I wanted to rap.
Oh, you're gonna love this,
subscribers.
Smets. Robert Parker just subscribed to the channel. And I'm sorry to everybody else.
Training partner?
Wow, way to not love my KOTOR movies, bro.
I'm sorry to everybody else who subscribed before the stream or I didn't catch it earlier, but I'm watching them now.
Anybody
So
subscribes
if you're
now that I'm friends
subscribing,
with, it's probably not good because I'm gonna give you shit
right?
on,
But if
on
you're
air.
subscribing or
Look at he's
donating
giving him
to
a snake
Streamlabs,
to get out.
I'm gonna try and catch it as best I
funny.
can. I'm new at
He hates
this.
snakes.
That's funny.
Thanks,
Asps. What is the joke about asps in Raiders? He can still shout. Does that indie voice is still
And
there.
he hates snakes because he fell in a snake pit on the train sequence in Utah in the opening
Right.
of The Last Crusade. And his
That
dad
was,
hates rats.
That was our boy River Phoenix.
Let's get Brandon Hanna here for a brief furlough here.
What does that mean?
FaceTiming.
A furlough? Furlough?
I
Like
don't
we
even
gotta
know if that. I don't
we
know
gotta
what
pay
I'm
for him to be a member of society again after being released from jail.
I don't know
A
if
furlough.
This is probably not going to make great radio or great TV at all. Right?
Donate to Streamlabs if you want to keep the hitman fed while he's on furlough, which means released from jail.
There he is.
Oh wow!
Hey,
Look at this asshole.
how does this look right here? Could it just be like we're all watching together?
The prince that was promised subscribed.
Just putting a little Hannah on my shoulder.
It's like we have a little evil Hannah. Are you following along with us too?
You can't really see him in that from that distance there, Smets.
Mute the movie.
Mute the movie.
You can mute it for 2 minutes and talk to Hannah.
This is an important part. You gotta watch.
You got subtitles. Mute it so we can talk to
You gotta
Hannah.
watch this part. You gotta watch this part. Hold on, Hannah.
I don't like Hannah, but I like talking to Hannah. There's a difference.
Hold on, Hannah. This is a great sequence right here. Say hi to everybody, or wave.
Frank's like, you can't see that.
Did you see that they have the maps in there? Where like,
Did you notice how?
okay.
So,
So a week before the wedding, he broke off the marriage.
hold on.
Pat's
This
Pat
is
the
like my
reviewer
favorite scene in
says
the movie.
The films
the old back
are
and
legit. Your KOTOR films are the legit second best way to experience KOTOR besides playing the game.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I say thank
And I
you
got
too.
news for you. You're going to back and finish school.
All right, so it's Q&A time. I got to interview Brandon Hanna. I have
just
a few questions.
Well,
for
real
Brandon.
quick before you talk to Hot Man,
gotta interview
Jake
him.
Yakavetta says, "Please don't feed the Hot Man," or he puts an asterisk there, but you know.
Okay. So for my first question for Brandon Hanna. We're going to do this for real someday, like a real sit-down 60 minutes. But right now, I want to get a few preliminary questions out of the way.
One question in, because we got to watch.
I want two. I get two.
You got it perfectly synced up? How far behind were you? Oh, yeah. That's true.
Okay. So the first question.
How do we combat that, by the way? If
Can I just do a fucking interview?
Well, we're so far ahead because there's that delay. So how are people hearing us talk if they're not? Gotcha. Okay, I got it.
The nerds have spoken. The biologists and the...
Wait, before we start your interview, my favorite of the whole movie is right here. It's coming up right here. This is my favorite line of the whole movie. PJ will agree. And he's like, "Why didn't the other girls work out? They weren't you, honey." And now watching this,
I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
It's the same smile of in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That breaks my heart.
In Raiders of the Lost Ark,
that was the best scene in the movie.
Hold on. When Raiders of the Lost Ark, when he has the bazooka, and he's like, "I don't care about the Ark. I only want the girl," and it cuts to Marion, and she's smiling the same way. It was a nice homage.
That's
right. This is maybe the greatest movie of all time.
It's not, but that was a good scene.
All right, hey, you got your. Here we go.
Okay, question 1. For Brandon, Hot Pockets, Hannah. You would say, I mean, you would agree, you would tell the Schmodown community that I pretty much discovered you, right?
Back door unlocked so I can sneak in. Doesn't count as discovering.
I'd like to think that I know talent, spotted an opportunity, figured I would open the door for you to see what kind of damage and, I don't know, asinineness, is that a word? You could bring to this league. And that said, I kind of was it your goal to infect this league with a certain attitude, a certain swagger, a certain I don't give a crapness, would you say? Is that your main goal in this league?
I mean, my main goal, I would say, is just kind of do my thing, the matches, steal Chandra's lunch money.
I like that.
I haven't paid for lunch in over a year.
Here's the one thing that I'm going to give you props on.
I like that
to.
You're stealing Hannah. That is something I applaud.
One thing that Hannah
stealing from Chandru, that's a good thing.
One thing that Hannah doesn't get enough credit for, and I think because the results have been out now, right? At this point, Frank, are we allowed to say the results of
Frank
Chandru,
is
Hannah?
sleeping. He's got that sleep flu.
Everybody knows now that matches get taped far in advance, and let's give it up for Hannah, Hotman, Hitman, for promoting a match that there's very few competitors that will do that, will go above and beyond. And he was on Chandru's case before this match aired as much as he has any other times, and he knowing that he was going to lose that contest. And that's someone that cares about the brand, he cares about Schmodown, and you got to give him props for that. So I got to give you props for that before we go.
He is one of the best characters.
You're one of the best.
We love
you, Hannah.
characters in the league. One of the best characters. Someone I love to hate.
We love to hate you, pal.
All right, so I got
Nepal.
Last question for Hitman. Then we'll let him go. Hitman, why did you wear gloves before a pandemic? I know everyone's wearing them now, but you had that idea a long time ago. What was it about the gloves that sort of, did you choke a man once in Utah that none of us know about and wore the gloves? Were you a former jewel thief? I just want to know the genesis of why you wear gloves.
Well, I mean, contrary to popular belief, you're just a regular civilian walking around. The gloves don't really help out much as far as making sure you don't get infected, but they do wonders if you're trying to hide fingerprints.
Good answer.
I had to make sure that my fingerprints went undetected. Fair. Whenever I would perform a certain job.
He's detailed, if anything.
I appreciate that. Listen, Hannah, sorry that you couldn't be here with us. You're here in spirit. Moving forward, the plan is to always screen one of these movies and get a guest on. So he was going to be in here with us. It's obviously he's the smart one and didn't allow this idiot.
Moving forward, we will be drinking without him.
And now, unfortunately, you're going to probably be way off sync with us now, right?
Give him the time code.
I was supposed to meet you guys today. Kaiser was supposed to pick me up at the 7-Eleven in Santa Monica. I was stranded there for 4 hours.
Oh, Kaiser.
I never promised him anything.
That's just
I
like
didn't
him.
promise him nothing.
Finally, I was able to hitch my way back home.
Yeah.
I promised
Thank
you
you, Nick.
a
Eric.
slot on our show. I didn't promise you a ride to nothing.
Here's where the movie starts taking
What the fuck am
nice,
I watching?
yes.
A sword fight on Jeeps?
All right, we're gonna hang up with you now, there, Brandon, because we're getting into what is the second
God.
unforgivable sin
I need peanut
of this
butter.
movie. Love you, brother.
Later, Hot Pocket Hitman.
So this is where we start getting a little crazy.
I like that we got an interview in.
We did.
We promised an interview.
We want an interview. We want to watch.
We got an interview in, Frank.
We want to usually do it at
Good
the.
producing, Frank.
It's a good lull in the action where you want to do it. So now this is earlier on. It said that he did fencing in high school. So now he's fencing against Kate Blanchett, and this is fine even. But there's going to be a part where he's between both jeeps, and then all of like the cactuses start hitting him in the balls or whatever, and it's just the stupidest thing.
She just got a concussion.
Right here, this is so dumb. This is just not.
Oh my god!
Come on, no, stop. This is the stupidest thing.
Oh no! Why is it going on for so long?
This is not even the worst part.
This is
Everybody
the part of the
in chat.
movie- Can I just give everybody a little bit of advice? You've been sitting with us a long time. You've probably been drinking beer like we have. If you need to take a leak, now's the time. During this silly sword fight. Get up, take a leak. I'll get you caught up. I'll watch for you. Shia's got a bag in his hand. It's got an autographed Dan Marino football. He's going to throw it into the Russian van after he hits Sergei Guguskagov off with the head. And there's his mother.
We should do that a couple times.
Quick
during the movie where he
play-by-play.
does a play-by-play.
Mom's driving. And we've got a mad commie with a mo haircut.
Duck.
This is the kind of scene where you got to give a play-by-play. Okay. For all you blind people out there, we got karate.
It's a pretty
we got
good sequence.
sword fight.
You are in the middle of the Amazon, and you have a road that the Jeep can ride through? This is the stupidest sequence of all time. Why would there be a road where 3 Jeeps could cruise through?
It's a national park, I think.
I will tell you why. They shot a Michael Bay movie there 2 weeks before.
Yeah, they cleared up.
Transformers 6, the Rise of Unicron.
I wish.
Is that a real one?
All right, hey. Here we go. Here's where it gets unforgivable again.
Oh, well, yeah, this part.
This is it. This is the part that I hashtag about.
Are there going to be tree snakes?
Oh, you got monkeys.
Tree snakes.
Watch out for the tree snakes, Frank.
Or snake clowns.
Frank, you know about it. You know.
Who's afraid of snake clowns, Robert Parker?
Yo, dude, snakes can climb up trees. You didn't know?
Well, yeah.
Lego
You ain't never
Batman's
seen a
afraid of
tree
snake
snake?
Oh, sure.
Guys,
Especially in
keep
Chicago?
your eye on your screen here, and I just want you to give the
Trouser
play-by-play.
snake.
I want you.
That was your
I want
nickname
you to
in high
describe what you're
school?
saying. Describe what you're
Frank the Trouser Snake
Describe-
Nunez. He actually
I'm gonna
changed his
throw your
last
hat.
name.
Watch, this
Can
is
I-
the thing.
I'm
And
watching.
you're talking about Frank.
Frank the Snake. I'm listening. And I'm supposed to be watching a car chase?
No, you missed it because you were all talking to your best Frankie over here.
I would like to rewind it.
You can't rewind it because then it throws off everybody else.
Good. Fuck them. I'm joking.
These
We're
are
all-
our fans.
They're our friends. That means I can make fun of them.
That guy fares better.
Look at John Hurt just
Right here.
meditating.
Do you see what you're seeing?
Yeah, he's
It's Shia LaBeouf swinging like Tarzan
with
with
monkeys. Are the monkeys going to help attack
It's the stupidest
the Nazis?
thing ever. How would he catch up to Jeeps going 60 miles per hour?
This is the dumbest scene in an Indiana Jones movie of
Yes,
all time.
thank you.
Hands down. The most unwatchable.
Use an angle. Not an angle.
Yeah.
You should have left.
around the clip and then he's swinging.
Oh
through.
no, you should have
And then
left. You should have left Tarzan out. You should have left the X-Files out.
X-Files.
Nah.
Tarzan and the fridge. If you got rid of those two things, this movie and the
You mean William
doing
the
splits,
Refrigerator,
doing the
Perry?
splits between 2 Jeeps.
When you say the fridge, you mean William the Refrigerator?
Yeah.
Frank, did he come to your high school and sign autographs?
No,
You're a
we-
Chicago boy.
No, we got Chris Zerk.
He was good. If they would have omitted,
Larry Payne is a professional beer drinker. Don't open the floodgates, he says.
what does that
We
mean?
love Larry Payne.
Is he?
I know from
By
experience
the way,
that Larry Payne definitely is a professional beer drinker, aka Houston.
This is a great scene. This
His
is
name
the
is
scene
Pain, for
that's
Christ's
like the
sakes.
"we are going to die" scene.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah.
always a scene in the indie
We
movies
are
which makes your
going
skin
to
crawl.
die.
Which makes your skin crawl. This is that. This is a movie, and these exist,
Oh,
by the way.
shit.
These kind of colonies. I'm
What
not-
the fuck is that? Look at the size of that thing.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh, hell no. She's got ants in her pants.
This is one of those classic indie moments where you're like,
Are they all going to get consumed by the fucking fire ants? John Hurd looking like a weed dealer at Woodstock.
This is a great scene.
Yeah, this is one of those great indie style sequences. And then it gets stupid after it, but yeah, this part's great. And you're gonna have some of the
I would like
best-
for episode 2 to have a mic stand right here. You see what I mean? Because I like to go hands free.
All right, well, hand over the money.
Hands free. If you would like to
Kaiser would like to Streamlabs his own donation to buy a stand.
Look, it's a swivel. Swivel action. I'm passing to you. Go. You're on. See? When I give him a chance to talk, you don't want to talk. All right. And we're back. We got Nazis. We got weed dealers at Woodstock. We got Shia LaShmoosh to Shmoosh. We got Ray Winstone. We don't know if he's a good guy, a bad guy. And we got Indy's former and favorite love, Miriam.
And you're about to have a great. You're gonna. Yeah, I like how they have that shot.
Marion, not Marion.
What'd I say? Marion.
You said
Marion.
Marion.
I call her Miriam.
It's Marion.
I like a name
Right
that
here,
ends in
the
an M.
skull helps him out, so that protects
Oh,
them.
shit. We're going to unleash that skull fury on those red ants. See what happens when you use
Now
black...
listen to the pound.
See,
listen
I
to the
believe-
pounding and the sound effects for this punch fight.
the-
It's great.
What?
Punch fight. Wait, look at this punch fight. What is that?
Oh,
What
it's
am
a
I
punch.
talking about?
No,
Punch
no,
fight.
that's a real
You're-
thing.
You're
Punch
gonna have
fight.
a punch fight.
You can have a knife fight, a punch fight, a sword fight,
Fist fight. It's a fist fight. Punch fight.
punch fight.
Adam Witt
A
says
punch
Tarzan classic cereal. I'll allow it. Come on, Witt.
You'll allow it.
You can't allow it. You could say no to that. You
Bitch,
could have been the guy in the studio.
Go
who was
back
like,
to the Ed
"Can we
Sullivan
cut that?"
Museum and watch old Tarzan episodes if you want to see that. Go watch Greystoke, Lord of the Apes. I can't believe this Russian is still around. And he's the main villain. Oh no, well it's Helena Bonham Carter Fitzsimmons.
Adam Witt. Crystal Skull bugs better than the Temple of Doom bugs.
I would say.
Yeah, I mean, when she has to put her hand through though, like to pull that thing when Willie does, that's pretty crazy.
Temple of Doom bugs are not as good as these bugs. Is that what he's saying?
Wit, yeah.
Dude, you weren't forced to eat the fucking bugs, Wit. That's a reality. Ain't nobody seen no swarm like. Look at them crawling up. Imagine.
Awesome.
What are they crawling up? Air?
No, that's
Each
how they
other?
work. That's how they work.
And you're gonna dare say that these bugs are better than the Temple of Doom's bugs?
Just proved it.
No, that's whack. When she's putting her hand in there, that's like a real thing.
Yeah, that's
like,
the thing. 'Cause you
"Ah!"
can relate to that. You're
Dude's
like,
looking at you
would
through the
do that?
wall like you're gonna die.
I feel like Kaiser, if I was in the cave and I needed you to put your hand through, you would not do it to save my life. Like, because I think you'd be too.
No,
scared
I
of
would
those
do it
bugs.
for 2 people. You and my sister.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I'd do that for you. And then I would expect a
But not
paycheck.
Frank.
No, fuck Frank. I would expect a paycheck though after that. I want $1,000 a month
Watch
for
this.
saving your life.
This is crazy.
This is like face melting.
Oh, this is kind of like the Mummy.
That's
though,
their
Adam
face
Witt.
melt
It's a little more
scene.
Mummy than Temple of Doom.
He's
But there's no one-liner.
He's
there.
like, eat that.
Yeah. What would your one-liner be? As a
Suck
writer?
on, suck on that is the bad version.
Yeah, like. It looks like we don't need to call the Orkin Man.
That's even worse.
Yeah. So.
You got to be really good to get a zinger in there. Oh no.
We got
Fuck.
Cutter Hale. Cutter Hale's in the chat.
Kata, what's up, kid? Does the hat have answers?
Sorry, I was trying to do what Frank's job is. Since he's not, then it's making good.
Frank is drinking. Leave him alone.
His face is so disappointed right now.
Frank is drinking
Look at how
alone.
sad he looks.
I set up all of this.
all him.
I've been trying to
It is
keep
it.
Frank involved.
You're-
I wish there was a camera on
You're
Frank.
the IG champion of setups. Dude. He said.
How do we get a camera in of
I have
Frank?
a camera.
Yeah, pop in and look disappointed. Give me the face you look.
Do you want us to give you the belt to put on your shoulder? That make you feel better? That lift you?
Okay,
Will that lift your
we get
spirits,
stupid-
Frank?
We get stupid again right here. We get stupid again right here. Hold on.
Here. Now you can feel like a champion for a few minutes. Feel like a champion for a few minutes. Show
There
the
it is.
world.
This is a stupid scene.
This is great.
They jump over.
How does it feel, Frank?
Heavy.
If there were red ants attacking you would melt them and fucking kill them.
Well, I don't think that's
It's got
true.
mystical powers.
It's like the crystal skull.
It's got mystical powers.
Watch as they go down several waterfalls and not die, which they would die. This is the next one. This is the out of 3. I mean, this is fun though. I'm surprised they haven't had a ride at Disneyland like this. Like Indiana Jones River Adventure.
And we still have Russians. Despite all that,
From Eastern Ukraine, actually.
we got Russians.
Slow down.
This is the time when you're like, oh man, give me that weed. I'll give you money next week. Okay? You know I'm good for it. Oh man,
Parker,
give me
said
the
they're
mystical
called-
weed.
This is Parker. This is why we know we study too deep. They're called siafu ants.
That sounds like something I
That's a 15
ordered at a
plant.
Japanese restaurant last week.
Yeah. Next to you with your edamame.
Chocolate covered edamame.
Yes, and now. Oh, you're good. Oh, they're gonna live? No.
Is that Winstone in the back?
Yeah, he's still with them. He said.
How in the fuck did he get in Indy's good graces?
He said he was a double spy, double agent.
It's like a triple.
Yeah.
Unreal. Ray Winstone is
Look
here.
at. Sorry, you died.
Look at this cast of just hitters
And they
in a movie with a
And they
bad
died.
script.
Another Streamlabs.
We
All
do?
From
Does that mean that's
Einstein.
money? Is that graham cracker money?
Yeah.
Ramen noodle money?
He says, great stream, guys. Hope to see more dungeon content.
Thank you. Yeah, we're trying to get a lot of things going.
Thank you. This is as good as it gets. Okay? You want something new?
Well, that's the problem.
Adam Witt. Adam Witt is coming at us right now. Listen.
We need Wit on
He's
the
like,
show
jump
with
out of a
us.
plane with an inflatable boat. Not sure that's safe. That's true. Very fair point. It's a very fair point.
Yes. Wit.
You know what's
Is
funny?
that
as a
Niagara
kid,
Falls?
though, I literally thought as a kid that if you were ever on a plane, like I remember as a
You
kid,
thought you could pull it off.
I'm like, I would be
You're
on
like,
the
"Fuck it,
airplane
I'll
on
just-"
like Delta, and I'd be like, do they
Yeah.
have the big inflatable
Yeah.
yellow rafts?
Yeah,
Like
under the seat.
Because it seems
Rip
the way
it.
they make it look like it feels like it would work.
Just rip it and grip it.
Yeah.
And right
I wonder they should do a MythBusters
Through the-
and see if someone could survive.
That'd be a no. Still.
Why are you on the screen now, Frank?
What is this, Lord of the Rings? I invited Frank. What are
I
you,
like it
kicking
as a-
Frank out?
No, I like it. It's a
Frank,
good
you gonna let him talk to you like that? You got a rusty butter knife you can...
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. That's what I was gonna say.
Agreed. You were never gone. You're
Never.
never gone.
No
You're
one's
always
ever-
here. We always know where to find you.
No one's ever really gone.
You know he's on
Don't
our
do that
ace
to
in
me,
the
Kevin.
hole. Our ace in the hole. You think you're good? Get a friend like Frankie Numbers. Then you're good. What's he got in his hand there?
We should have
this
had
is-
Adam Witt here. It looks like he really loves us.
Yeah, that'd been great. Well, we could do another indie film.
We're out of the bad ones.
Well, that's true.
We don't have to play a good one for this guy.
I think
He needs
once
to suffer.
I think once we get
You will suffer me.
I think once we get through the I think once we get through the bad movies.
The bad
in the
movies-
IG, then we can open this up
Do
to
you
anything.
understand how many?
You
bad
realize
movies
we
in
can
IG
press
are there?
play with anything.
Why don't I just speak like Yoda?
Because you've been watching too many fucking Yoda movies for the last 8 months. That's why you're talking like Yoda. I've been looking at this white hair on your hood. I gotta get annoying the fuck. Like your mother. What are you doing over there? You coming out with the thing? You fucking get the schmutz? We don't have to only do IG movies.
PJ, Witt, and Brandon are really big defenders of the comment I talked about.
Because
going over
PJ
the
is
waterfall.
such a fan of this movie,
Well, PJ
it
is like
will
me.
make
He likes
it
every
will
movie.
it will make me consider it again because I'm gonna have to watch it after this because I've been freebasing peanut butter and drinking beer since I got here. So I'm gonna need a minute to clear
I think
my.
people just call it eating peanut butter. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
In a pandemic, it's freebasing. So I'm gonna have to give it a real watch on PJ's
PJ, we do a
recommendation.
commentary
alone.
track. You come back with us.
Right.
The thing that PJ has been talked, and I think Christian's mentioned it too. Like it is true. Like he likes the majority of the movies he sees, and those are one of the. We'll call it a curse or whatever. I call it a blessing. Like I usually any movie I can watch and enjoy.
For those of you who don't know PJ Campbell, that's a good thing. Stay away from him. But that said, he's got a cinema movie brain. Boys, that guy could talk movies with you all day. He can go deep, obviously, he's the man who writes the questions. Gotta respect him. And outside of that, he's a good soul.
I want Hound Dog to be a
props to that. On that shout, I'm gonna take a piss.
Now it's
this way.
oh, don't step on my. What's the matter with you? You born on a barn? Now that he's gone, let's really talk about it. So I love. Are you gonna trade me or what? I'm asking. I'm demanding a trade. I want to be traded. Why? Oh, to get in focus. I want to be traded to the Burning Droogs, and I want to be on the Burning Droogs, and yeah. I'm dungeon. Come on, I'm dungeon. I'm gonna die dungeon. Probably, yeah. I was gonna make a Larry David joke. What's the problem? Oh. This is from the trailer. This shot is great. All the people. How do you usually focus things?
Hail to the king, just subscribe.
Welcome. And welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Does it show up on the screen too when someone subscribes?
Yeah.
They see it?
Yeah, they see it.
Yeah, it's out of focus right now. This is bad.
I'm trying to.
Paul heard me on top of a barn. I know, born in a barn. I know I said on top of, I said on a barn. When there's a chat room full of your friends, you're not going to get away with shit. I get it. And yes, Kaiser did say freebasing peanut butter. What are you doing, pal?
I don't know.
Is it out of focus?
Yeah, move over to the center. There we go.
Camshaft. Let's not run with that quote. The context is I was making a joke. Let's not go deliver this news to the Schmodown Central. Schmodown Rundown. Kevin ain't demanding a trade. Schmodown, what's the name of this tribe, Parker or Hannah? Ugha. The Ugha tribe. See, and then he keeps sleep. See, your guy's a triple.
Hey.
What does that even mean?
People can't hear him. Look up the Terry Fox movie.
Thank God we have this great feature on the mic where it eliminates the noise and background because we don't want copyright strike happening to us during the movie. But what's great is it's blocking you out from the nonsense that Kaiser's saying right now in my kitchen.
An amputee runner? Didn't even need to get hit.
This is not good. This is not a good stream when the other host is in the kitchen smoking a cigarette out of a window. All right, I'm going to go down to the chat here since I don't have a co-host. You guys are my co-hosts now. We got, if your burning droog lasts longer than 12 hours, see a doctor.
All right, Robert Parker just put in a stream live. He says, "Gotta head out, Dickie Doos. Just wanted to hear Frank say that.
Love
Have a
you,
great night, guys."
Parker. You're the best, dude. So I do agree with you. With this movie, if they were a little less on the CGI and tried to do it practical, I think it would have been dope. Like, I don't think you could have done the ant sequence, but the swinging with the Tarzan thing is the only thing. Like, even the waterfalls, I don't mind. And the fridge one, I like it only for the lore of the fridge, and he's wanted to nuke a fridge for years, so that was kind of whatever, but...
I don't even mind the sword fight. I really don't.
Sword fighting when he's doing the full splits gets a little ridiculous. But listen,
Jonathan
you're talking to the
Gibbons.
guy that I am an apologist for many movies. So like the reason you guys love the movie is many reasons why I like this movie too. So
Jonathan Gibbons, subscribe to the channel.
welcome, Jonathan Gibbons. This is kind of a cool sequence too. Parker got Ugga Tribe. Very good. Later, Robert Parker. Peace out. Nico, how's the Legos? Let us know. Yeah, after this, we're going to watch Sleepless in Seattle. We're going to do Silkwood. We're not doing a movie. This is our first premiere episode and our last because you're not in it half the time because you're smoking a cigarette at a window. Like
Here we go. We got another Streamlabs.
Like an idiot.
We got Streamlabs from Cutter Hale.
Cutter Hale, buddy.
He says, "What's up, boys? Thanks for sitting through a terrible movie for us. Cheers to you guys. And tell Kaiser next time he wants to call. Tell Kaiser next time he wants to call. Do it when I'm not filming movie reviews. LOL. Thanks for the laughs during this crazy times. Stay safe, brothers."
No, that's just my Star Wars. Kaiser was going to come out here with a prop, but that's the prop you will one day see as for the first time ever if I ever make it. Star Wars entrance.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There are spaceships over New Jersey right now. They've invaded farmhouses.
Wait, we got something.
I was doing my War of the Worlds.
Jake gave us a really generous donation for the Bud Light Fund. Jake, dude, you're a legend, dude.
Jake, you did not have to do that. That's awesome. Thank you very much for your kind donation. Oh, wow.
I'd like to tell a story.
Right
I'd like to tell a story about Jake when I first met him. You remember that night? That was in Atlantic City?
I met him first.
Right, but I met him in Atlantic City. Remember, you met him in Houston. I met him in Atlantic City. We were at a Dolly Parton concert. And Kenny Rogers opened up. Got rest in peace, Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers passed away. Jake got front row seats to a Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers double bill. And he said, "Kaiser, you want to come out? I got these." I said, "I love Dolly Parton, and I like the Gambler too." So I flew out there. And when I got there, Jake had got arrested because he tried to steal a street sweeping vehicle. And he was so shit-faced, he stole a street sweeper. So now I'm sitting by my... He stole a street sweeper, and he was running around drunk around Atlantic City. And I'm sitting here by myself with the ticket, but I was in the front row. It was a good show, so I'd like to thank Jake. Sumerian. Sorry he had to go to jail that day.
There's another schmodown. They say Sumerian. That's one of the languages in the book in Underworld.
I ordered some Sumerian when I was at an Indian restaurant recently.
Knowledge for archaeologists.
Like me. And look at John Hurt.
So the aliens were
John Hurt's like, "I got acid, motherfuckers."
They're in this temple, and it's full of archaeology. It's all of stuff from archaeology. It's because the aliens came here to collect it. They're archaeologists.
There may have been aliens.
They're interstellar archaeologists.
There may be aliens in this movie. But John Hurt is a roadie for the Grateful Dead. I think he just got off tour. Someone traded him that skull for a bunch of hash. Yeah, there's me, Winstone, right? Loading up. Give me the gold. Making rent this month, bitches. I be filling my pockets with Peruvian gold and diamonds, snake charms. If you guys gave money today, that's awful sweet. You didn't have to do that, but it will buy Bud Light and peanut butter so we can do this again. I don't even drink Bud Light.
This guy's just going to freebase peanut butter throughout the whole lockdown.
You never freebase peanut butter? You're beyond that?
Huh?
You're beyond freebasing peanut butter? Look at this dumb set piece.
That's not. Come on, that's great.
Terrible.
That's great. Why is it terrible?
Cheesy. It looks like a coloring book.
What are you supposed to do?
Make it dark and grimy.
Why does it have to be dark and grimy? It's the cobwebs. It's got cobwebs.
They all have cobwebs, kids.
Now you're just search it. Look, I could complain about Tarzan swinging around.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that set piece. It looks like the awning to the sushi joint I go to on Thursdays. Oh shit. We got crystals.
Look at crystal skeletons.
Ooh, Ray Winstone, fill your pockets with that shit. That's where the money's at. Alien crystals.
Yeah.
What do they got a bunch of? By the way, look at they got a bunch of canned chili stacked. They're ready for the pandemic. They got canned chili, corned beef hash. Underneath,
we're allowed to make pandemic jokes, but we're not allowed.
I said you can make them every now and again. You can drop one.
You've made them every 5 minutes.
I don't know about that. I like that he's got his girl back, hopefully. If they kiss at the end of this movie, I'll be happy.
It was a full sex scene, I think. They end it with a sex
That's
scene.
fucking weird, Smets.
Full on
Weird,
sex scene. At the
weird,
very end.
weird.
It's like in a small box in the end credits.
Oh,
So it's
shit.
Like a
Guess what?
sorry,
Jonesy.
Triple agent.
I just lied about being a double. And Kate Blanchett is back with her Pete Rose haircut. This is the same scene with the Knights Templar, just done with alien crystals. Same
It's
bullshit.
someone obsessed with
Same
the MacGuffin or whatever.
bullshit.
And she's gonna suffer for it. Yeah.
Her face is gonna get melted. Yada da yada da yada da. Y'all seen this movie before. John Hurt, he's like, dude, I got tickets for the Dead Show in New Jersey next weekend. Just let me go. Let me go.
Where do you think he got that poncho? In Tijuana?
No, Santana gave him that poncho. Carlos Santana gave John Hurt that poncho at a party, and Hurt's like, I'll do your movie. I gotta wear the Santana poncho.
Oh, here
fuck.
it is, dude.
You fucked up, Kate Blanchett. It's alive.
Get some Jason and the Argonauts. How crazy would it be if they all had to fight him off like Jason and the Argonauts? Great.
Look at
movie.
Hurt. Hurt's like, dude.
Ray Harryhausen movie.
Hurt's like, dude, I'll get you high. Just kill the rest of these Nazis and leave me alone.
Look at this hoodie. Has all the logos, by the way, from all of
That's a sick hoodie. I like that one.
And it's from Zack Snyder's Save the Snyder Cut. It's from his campaign.
I would even wear that fucker myself. I really only wear concert t-shirts. All right, so we're back. If you guys are watching, we're at the 148.17 mark. I don't know. I just took a guess.
I don't think we're anywhere.
Is it 148.17?
No, well, it actually might be close.
What is the count? I'm gonna guess
I need the.
one.
I could
148.17.
so close. 146.
Oh my gosh, that was really close.
We should do that, by the way.
Frank,
for future.
I pulled Howdy Doody. I got us within a minute. I'm a savant.
We should definitely in future episodes have contests where like halfway through the movie we're like, all right, who wants to guess, and we throw it in the chat. It would be a buddy system.
Your boy's on point today. I nailed that. Howdy Doody. Got us inside of 1 minute. They're making crystal light in their fucking heads. That's how they're going to manufacture the new weaponized powdered drink that's going to infiltrate.
They're archaeologists.
No, they're making crystal light.
Yeah, this is where you might lose your mind again.
The
especially
aliens
the
are going to
last
be like, we told you no Nazis on Earth.
I want to give you one more Streamlab from Cutter Hale.
Cutter.
It says another donation for a crown and Mountain Dew on me, and do a movie commentary on
Crown and
Trim
Mountain Dew,
Legacy.
no.
It would be hilarious.
What do you want to do?
Trim or Tron Legacy,
Tron
maybe?
Legacy, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, watch Tron Legacy?
That's one we're gonna give it out to.
You don't have to know that movie, do you?
I don't. But I would chime in right now in the chat of geekdom movies you think. I mean, we were gonna go the easy route and do
Have
like
him
Green
pick one.
Lantern or R.I.P.D. And then I was thinking the first Hobbit movie. You imagine this guy watching the first Hobbit movie with Martin Freeman?
I don't want to watch. I don't have that much time
Oh,
on my hands.
listen, yeah, well, you have plenty of time on your hands. What are you talking about? Keep your eye on what's going on right now.
I'm watching the conveyor belt of chili work around the room. I never saw the Silver. I never saw Silver Surfer. I want to see that one.
The sequel to Fantastic Four. That's one.
What is it called?
Rise of the Silver.
Yeah, I
Surfer.
never seen that one.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
All that you know is at an end. That is Lawrence Fishburne playing Silver.
Lawrence Fishburne is the voice of the Silver Surfer.
Doug Jones plays him.
That's good voice. What's going on now? We got a spaceship's coming.
I don't hate those Fantastic Four movies. I hate the reboot one with Miles Teller. I just cannot stand that one. But
does he play Dr. Four in the new one? What's his name?
He plays
Reed Wilson.
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards. It's not Brian Wilson's cousin,
Can you
Frank
tell what
Reed.
you're looking at right now?
I'm seeing a spaceship. I'm
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
a girl
yeah.
with Pete Rose's haircut. They take me to Alienville.
And then
Take me to the
here's
alien.
the Allison Duty part from Last Crusade, where she won't let go of like wanting.
No, I need gold and diamonds. I need to buy whores and cocaine when I get back to the mainland. Fucked up, Ray Winstone.
And meanwhile, here comes the tot moment for her, where everything just melts her brain.
Are the aliens deciding she's a
Oh,
vile
Paul
human?
Denuzio, Batman and Robin was our second choice, if not this. The problem was we wanted to find one that was on Netflix, so most people have Netflix. We don't want people having to rent it themselves. God forbid.
Fucking fell asleep to that movie. So
We got another Streamlabs.
Streamlabs. Oh.
This one is from PJ Campbell. This is for Kaiser's peanut butter freebasing. I support his habits. And we also got another Streamlabs from Sean Sullivan.
Thank
He says,
you, PJ.
when this pandemic blows over, I'll join you for the Clone Wars animated movie.
Yes. Okay.
Let's make Kaiser sit through that. That's a good one.
Well, listen.
With Punky
The
Muffin.
good news is,
Stinky.
I invite.
Jabba the Hutt has a son, and
No.
he calls it his little Punky Muffin.
Oh, get the fuck.
No, I'm kidding.
I want to fucking throw a chair through a window right now.
Yes, Sean, you'll be part of that.
All right,
no
so
more,
we
no more previews. Of
we
that.
will invite Sean because you get a 2-for-1. He can hang in and comment on the show, and he'll unclog the toilet.
Yeah.
because he's a plumber. So we got to get that guy on the show. They shot this at Niagara Falls after a Fish concert. That's where they found John Hurd. Is it Hurt or Hurt? Hurt. There's Hurd and Hurt. I get my Hurds and Hurts confused.
This is why competitors need to do their own challenges, because I can't rely on this guy to do a challenge for me. He'll be like, it's not John Hurt, it's John Hurd.
I just get you to the starting point. You get yourself to the finish line. I'll comment when I have to. We're not here to.
You do wonders, pal. Don't worry.
We're not here to
I don't
debate
wanna- I don't wanna get
managerial
traded.
tactics,
I don't want to get traded to the Droogs.
especially with a proven winner.
Trade me for Claudia Dolph.
I don't know who that is. Oh wait, we
She was
drafted
in your
her.
faction.
Yeah.
She's
All
actually
right.
really nice.
No, she seems like a gem.
All right, so they shoot out here. This is great.
Oh, so they shoot out here. It's great.
Hey, see? Hey, see?
Should have gave it to the Marx Brothers.
Should have sent it to the Marx Brothers.
That's a great line. Looks like Germany's declared war on the Jones boys. Dude, that's when you're like, fuck yeah, dude. The Jones versus Nazis.
Now,
I'm up.
What
Sign
are
me
your
up.
thoughts on this, everybody? I actually...
Is that Machu Picchu?
I am not. I am one of the big... I think it's okay for them to have spacey lore, just like they had ghosts, and then they had voodoo, and an immortal knight. I think it's okay that they have a. The original title of this movie was going to be In the Saucer Men from Mars. In an earlier draft, it was called Indiana Jones and the Saucer Men.
Oh no!
Well, they didn't do it.
What is this? A 1958
But
monster rag?
Exactly. That's what it. That's what they were aiming for. But
Wait,
yeah,
has that
here you
ship
go.
been underground until now?
Yes.
That old story?
Yes.
Not impressed.
We got another Streamlabs
Yeah,
from
Streamlabs.
Paul
Thanks,
Denuzio.
Holy D!
He says, I have to say that I got myself a jar of peanut butter about halfway through. Freebasing peanut butter should be as much a prerequisite as drinking beers for this show.
We're gonna. That's it. We
Paul.
have hamburger.
Paul,
we
you
have
take that peanut butter straight to the vein, kid.
Peanut butter is gonna be the new standard for press play. Press play with peanut butter.
We got to get Jiffy up on this thing. Jiffy. It helps.
So that's pretty cool. And by the way, as far as I know, and PJ, correct me if I'm wrong, these aliens aren't from outer space. They're from another dimension. Like, I think it's mentioned. When I'm in fighting shape, usually the night before my match, everything's already in my brain, but I don't. Right now, half of it's not. But I believe that it's space between
Tell
spaces.
nobody nothing.
They could not. They don't. They can know everything about me, and they'll still lose.
Found a toothpick, bitches. It only took me 2 hours.
Right at the ending shot, yeah, in the space between spaces. So it's like a different dimension, correct, PJ?
Space between spaces. Sounds like a folk song.
Knowledge was their treasure.
You want to know the Book of Secrets, the Dungeon Book of Secrets, Smetsy?
Hey, Miss Movies says hi.
Should I show him?
I would ship you the piece, Kev, but I can't move. Oh, wait. Oh, my personality is better suited to hold a mic than to put it on a stand. Miss Movies.
Miss Movies.
Oh.
Miss Movies, a.k.a. Miss Guitar.
That's right.
That's her new thing.
So this is great here, too. Watch this. This is nice. Okay, cool. Thanks, Pete.
Everybody knows
this.
that Miss Movies is my
this.
music sparring
What?
partner.
You hear
I'm
it?
watching. I'm letting everybody know. Me and Miss
You're
Movies
not
trade movies. Or trade music, sorry.
Called him Junior. Reference.
Miss
Oh,
Movies,
your
you need to
grandfather
release
having-
our soundtrack, our playlist.
Yeah, they're playing the father-son theme from Last Crusade right here too.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So what do you? Oh yeah, no,
No,
This
go.
is good. This is good. He ends up
No.
being an associate dean, as if I recall. I have a note on this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for you fans that want, associate dean. These are things that I write down. I don't think they would ever ask, but you
that
never
could
know.
Be on the side of a suitcase like that Star Wars question. Plexicorp?
Yeah, that's
Is that
true.
what it was? Was it Plexicorp?
Plexicorp. Plexicorp was mentioned once in the movie, and then it was on the side of a thing that was being
pulled
lifted.
that out of fucking nowhere, kid.
Transparent aluminum. All right, yeah, here you go. You wanted to see what happens with them. How great is that? Come on.
Are they getting married?
They're getting married.
Oh, man. I wish the church was better. That's a terrible location.
What kind of church do you want?
It's disgusting. That design.
It's from the 50s. What do you
Ugh.
want? There's Slughorn next
Suck.
to Ollivander.
Why wouldn't it be
Potter
like
fans
some
unite?
cool, like old-looking church that meant something? This looks like,
Look at how she kisses him.
This
So
looks like
adorable.
the
So adorable.
the Brian Jones
He's pissed. He's a son.
funeral home down the road. Hurd took off his hippie tie-dye
John Hurt.
Hurt. I think that's a terrible location. I would have found a nice, classic, cool style, archaeological looking church. I would not have gone down to the Denuzio brothers funeral home, Paul's uncle's joint down the road. And Paul's like, yeah, my uncle, he runs a funeral home. We'll shoot it there.
Ike Avetta, he has the catering service on lockdown with all the shots. Oh, here's the thing where they're like, huh? Is he going to be Indy at the end? But they did troll everybody. Because the whole thing was they thought he was going to wear the hat at the very end, and then...
This kid becomes
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Well, not anymore, dude.
I won't watch. We won't have any watch
He wouldn't be
parties.
Indiana Jones. It would be called Mutt Williams and the blah, blah,
We're
blah.
not gonna have anything. This will never
I'll
exist.
retire.
If that dude becomes the next Indiana Jones, and I like this guy, I will never. You not even for this shit.
Wit and PJ could follow me on this. This is another Indiana Jones staple. The end credits go on, and they literally hang on this video for a while.
This is
Kind of like the
Roman
hats,
hair,
the
right.
hats
Because we all need to
with
see.
the guys on the horseback racing into the sunset. It's kind of the same thing. It's like hanging on
I
it.
can literally see the crew behind him right now. Like, oh, flip the jacket, and like I see the lighting. There's no illusion to that. That's all just cheese.
All right, so hey Frank, run through the chat real quick and tell us what are the fan? What do you guys think real quick? Chime in. What do you guys think about this movie? Did you like it? Have you seen this movie in the past and you didn't like it and you liked it better now? Chime in right now in the chat. Let us know, and we'll have Frank read off some of your guys' thoughts on it. Hopefully, we enhance the movie with some tips and new stuff that you didn't know about, and also some of his madness.
This is Fallout from the movie. What we're doing now.
Fallout.
I see nobody got me a beer for Fallout.
I mean, obviously, PJ loves it. So
PJ, what do you rank your movies? Do you love this better than any of the three, or is it just it's the fourth, but you still don't hate it? Because I think that's how I am. I don't hate it, but like it's nowhere near any of the first three.
Ed Haskell says it's okay.
It's okay.
PJ says better than it gets credit for. Miss Movie says I like Shia.
Yeah.
Haskell says not trash, not great.
Pause 1 second.
Yeah.
Miss Movies. I like Shia too.
Shia's hot ones.
But I don't like Shia in this movie. It made no sense.
Sean Baker says
Made no
it's the
sense.
fourth best, just like Rocco.
Who said that?
Sean Baker,
Who's that?
your new best friend.
Damn, kid, you came with the fire on the
Brandon Hanna, the hot man, says it's no Star Trek 5, but I like it.
Is 5 the one with the whales?
No, it's 4.
Rockin' Movies with Tyler, I don't hate it, like it most. That's what he said. Okay.
I
Janine,
don't hate it, but I like it most. Somebody give me my medicine.
Janine says not as terrible as I remember. Missing the fun practical stuff from the others.
I agree. I think that.
What is that? Missing what?
The practical effects. I mean, like I said.
Oh, the practical effects, for sure.
I don't hate it. I remember seeing it opening night. I lived in Austin, Texas at the time, and I remember I had this.
That was after that bank job you pulled?
True story, actually. That's a true. Are
So-
you talking about the true story?
Oh, Sullivan says first time
Sullivan,
watching.
There's like 6 of them out there.
Yeah, first time watching wasn't great, but much better with Kaiser and Smash's banter over the top.
Thanks, man. We'll improve any movie. What do you guys think?
As long as we have waffles, beer, and peanut butter, we can pretty much do this all day.
Movie Fanobi says, I liked most of it. Have a nice memory of seeing with my dad before.
Great.
It's not one of the best, but it's not as bad as it's touted.
Yeah.
And Jake Yacovetto would like to say, the hot man is not a motherfucking thing.
Oh, wow.
As to degrade his name, like, is he trying to say hot man is not a thing? Like, you can't call yourself the hot man? Is that what he's trying to do?
He
Is he
just
trying
doesn't want
to
to hear
shut Hannah down?
He doesn't want to hear it.
I'm trying to. Oh, he doesn't want to hear it. So by me calling him Hot Pockets, I'm helping that call.
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe. I think so.
So
What do you think? What do you rate it then? Out of and what do you rank your indie movie?
if I got to give it out of 5 crystal skulls, out of 5 crystal light packets,
Yeah. How many Crystal Light packets do you give?
how many crystal light packets do I
You can
give
do
this movie?
halvesies.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of 5,
Yeah.
I gotta go 2.5.
2.5. So right there,
Because I feel like I gotta give it one more go.
Yeah.
I gotta do.
Well, it's tough.
I gotta
You've never
do
seen it.
this. I mean,
Watch it by yourself.
I
Yeah,
gotta
not
do
with
it
us.
one
We don't
more
have to watch
time.
with you, do you?
I don't need you bitches. I gotta watch it one more time, but there are some good takeaways. Like, obviously, the Miriam shit is my favorite.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Don't.
What-
apologize.
Adam Witt, I just saw his comment in the chat. It says, this has been more than a thrill for me. It's been an inconvenience. That's great.
That's funny.
I'll tell you a story about Adam Witt. You ever heard this story when we were riding bikes together? You didn't know this?
Are you the Joker? You just have different stories.
No,
of
this
how you
is
got your
real.
scars?
This is real.
Is this
Adam,
real? Like
yes, no,
Ika Vetta
this
and,
is no, this is real. So Adam Witt is like an avid 10-speedist. I don't know what they call themselves. He wear the tight pants and the
Iron Man
helmet.
race in 2009.
That's a race. I'm talking about bikes.
Yeah.
10-speed bikes.
Well, that's you gotta.
You ever
ride.
seen American Flyers with Kevin Costner?
Bro, that's yeah.
Have you
it's
seen
road
American
bikes. They're
Flyers
road
with Kevin
bikes.
Costner?
They're
Because you
road
bitches
bikes.
are young. Road bikes, whatever you want to call them. Adam Witt is a very avid cyclist.
Okay.
To the point of he wears the spandex, he has the helmet, the goggles. He's got the rear view mirror over here, so he sees what's going on when he's driving his bike.
I can't imagine you.
No, this is real. So Witt said, "Okay, man, hey, it's like a team bonding thing. You want to ride bikes?" And I said, "Fuck yeah, dude! I like riding bikes, dude." So I came over with my beach cruiser from Manhattan Beach,
Gotcha.
and dude, it was like him and 6 dudes in spandex, shades, looking like what's his name?
Ready to go, and they had the thing. They had the
Straight up
aeronautical,
looked
with the
like
thing here.
Greg LeMond or Lance. What's his name?
Armstrong.
Yeah, it looked like Lance Armstrong's douchebag friends. So, dude, I'm like, I only got a beach cruiser. He's like, that's okay. We'll give you a bike. I'm
Oh,
like,
you did
Get
not.
the fuck out of here. He's like, dude, we got a bike for you. All right, straight. He goes, but dude, you got to wear the outfit, the team, because we ride as a team. I'm like, what? He's like, dude, we ride together, so it's you and 8 guys. Everyone's got to look the same when you're weaving in and out of
There's no
traffic.
way you did.
This is truth. And I had smoked a giant joint before going over there. And I'm like, how am I going to get my ass in these spandex, put on a helmet, and go weave through traffic in the hills? I said, where's the spandex at? He's like, I got the outfit. I'm like, come on, dude. I ain't wearing a spandex. I ain't doing it. So I said, fuck you, man. I love you to death. So I went riding with these guys. And eventually they just let me drive my beach cruiser. And I was like, they took off, dude. So I got it left at a Whole Foods. I bought a kombucha
You look like that, bro.
and a fucking tuna sandwich. And then Witt and his boys were gone.
Sammy K.
So yeah.
So
Just-
basically,
That's
Witt invited me to bike ride and left me at a Whole Foods because I wouldn't wear spandex
I
and
can't
shit.
tell if that's a true story. Or not.
Real quick, Sammy K just subscribed to the
Sammy
channel.
K,
Thank
Sammy
you.
K, my boy.
All right, let's wrap this up here. I know you guys have other things going. We're all over. We have to go everywhere, right?
I don't know. People are still.
Why don't you guys chime in the chat what you think our next movie should be? We were thinking Batman
Iceman
and Robin.
and Iceman and Robin.
I would really like to do Batman and Robin, but I would really like to do the first Hobbit movie too. Because when he's sitting there, like, when he's yelling at me, like, "Are you ready? Are you ready for Kalinowski? Like, are you training?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm training." Like, and I'm watching these Hobbit movies, and he doesn't have to do that, and then he still gets to be the Kaiser, the manager. It's not fair, right? So I'm gonna watch. We're gonna watch a Hobbit movie with him. I think he'll legit want to jump out the window during that movie. John Carter does not qualify for IG, so no, it does not. Actually, I don't hate that movie, but that's the movie that because it's tanked. They say that it's because it tanked. It's not a bad movie. They say because the movie tanked is why they bought Star Wars. They bought Star Wars because that movie tanked.
Says it's a good. Wait, PJ Campbell said that John Carter was a good movie, and you're going on that?
I believe him.
There's a lot of things to believe PJ Campbell on. That sounds like a stretch.
All right, we're gonna finish every episode of Press Play with just if you guys have any questions or comments.
Q&A?
A little Q&A, and it doesn't have to be about the movie. It can be about anything.
I want to listen. I mean, someone needs to give me a good question. Give me 10.
Clone Wars is great with Sean. We'll do that for sure.
Someone's got to put up a real good deep cut, like a
and
good
that's not long too.
Question.
See, the thing is, the long
I'm
ones.
just shooting a challenge to you people. I want a good, tough question.
See, when you get to like Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. That is mind-numbing.
Real?
Where at least Clone Wars is like 90 minutes.
40 minutes of these fucking dragons and cloaked kids doing magic tricks. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Hey, what? We can have some fun with this one, huh? Oh yeah. Tune in for the laughs.
All right. So we're gonna give it up, and if there's any other questions or comments, otherwise we're gonna wrap this stream up. And
mainly because this microphone weighs 85 pounds. We've been holding it for 2 hours of Indiana Jones.
Quality.
It is quality.
Look, it looks like we're gonna have a nice long.
Why are you taking it so personal? The microphone's heavy all of a sudden.
Oh, here we go.
Complain about holding the microphone.
We got some questions here that
Read them off. Read them off.
Have you, Robert and Whit, want to hop on a call for a study session later this week? Ask Nico.
Ooh.
Brandon Hannes says
Nico wants
Secrets is brutal.
Slow down. What was Nico's question?
Nico wants to know if we want to get on a call for a study session later.
You know, we're grooming that little shit.
Nico's
grooming that kid. Yeah, he's
Nico, send a picture to the dungeon group.
He's like Wu-Tang minor league team. We might get him.
I'll let you read the questions on the chat. There's a couple of them.
Cam Chef's his signature Wonka song.
Cammy wants him to sing.
Why do I sing it? Oh yeah, I would sing that to Brienne. Yeah. That's not.
So that's a no.
Cheer up, Charlie. Whenever I used to, so when she'd be,
we all need to cheer up Charlie.
If she was,
we might need to sing that.
If she was ever bummed, I'd always send her a voice memo and just be like, "Cheer up, Charlie," because it's just such a funny song. So cheer up, Cam, if you need it.
Cheer up, kids. It's gonna be okay. We got beer and peanut butter and Indiana Jones.
Any other questions there, my main man?
Jeremiah Morris says, "How about our bet, Kaiser?"
Ooh, big old Jeremiah wants to try. That's the guy. I bet Jeremiah that at the end of the season, Bateman would still have.
Oh, so he didn't have to go
the singles title. Okay. He can lose, but he's got to win it back. Yeah. So I bet him, but we did 3-1 odds. So I took Bateman for 300. He gets the field for 100.
Makes me sad real quick.
But I mean, homie's looking good. Homie's looking good. But I would never count out the boss. I think the boss has got a shot to get that belt back. However, God damn, it's scary that it's in Merle's hands, right? Once that belt's in Merle's hands, it's like it ain't going nowhere. Doesn't it not feel that way?
That's scary.
Seriously, dude. Like, bro, when that dude has the belt, I'm like, fuck, he ain't. It's like
you managed against him, and you got Oyama the win.
I took him down. I took the greatest of all time down, but that's what I'm saying.
How was this guy not manager of the year last year? He took 2 rookies.
All right, so
fuck you guys.
Wait. No, because Saul wants to nominate some other movies. Okay, Saul says X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Horrible, I hate it.
Ghost Rider.
I've never seen it.
Star Trek 5.
The second Ghost Rider was more.
Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier.
Which one's that? The whales?
No.
I keep saying the whales.
It's the original draft of The Final Frontier William Shatner legit wanted God to face off with the devil
No.
in a brawl.
You know what I want to watch that I haven't
Shakari.
seen since I haven't seen since I was a kid, and I have no fucking memory of this movie, is Star Trek 1. Because I remember liking it as a kid, but not understanding it.
The first Star Trek?
And I was never a huge...
That could be another one. I think we do Clone Wars. I think we do the first Star Trek.
I always respected Star Trek, but I never got into it. Like, I'd watched it in passing.
I want to watch the first Star Trek.
Twilight Zone was my shit. X-Files, that's my shit. But I'd love to watch the first Star Trek.
I just want to watch you they have a shuttle fly up to the Enterprise, and it's literally, I'm not kidding, they've clocked it. It's like 8.5 minutes of a song, and then just flying up to the ship.
The fuck up.
It is 8.5. It is Enterprise porn, basically. It's literally them, and we'll just cut to a shot of them looking, and then another shot of the ship, and then a shot of the shuttle going up.
Tarantino shit.
It is.
Play a song for 8 minutes long because he wants you to hear it.
Yeah, 8.5 minutes.
If you guys have a question, definitely do it through Streamlabs. Otherwise, I will scour the chat. I can't guarantee I'll get to your question. But if you Streamlab it, obviously, we'll definitely do it.
Question, I got one here. Is Press Play now going to be every Saturday at this time? Ed, probably not sure.
Shoot for that.
We're aiming for that. So stand by with that. But we want...
Press Play at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, so
ring to it, Frank.
We're saying yes to you right now. And
we're doing it next Saturday.
We don't... Look,
no, we're doing
if it's 28 days later next week, we don't know what happened.
Bullshit. This thing's going to go away in a couple weeks. We will do this again next Saturday at 1 p.m. Yeah. Maybe a couple months. We'll still do this next week at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
All right, so
we're going to do Silver Surfer.
So here was what, let's see, Ed said, what was the other one he said here? Question, in honor of the now late great country singer and actor Kenny Rogers passing away, do you have a favorite song and movie role of his?
I would say Savannah Smiles. Isn't he in Savannah Smiles?
Sure, I don't know.
I always mix him up with Kenny Loggins, so... Danger Zone, Top Gun?
Same guy.
Not same guy.
Kenny Rogers is the gambler.
Chicken. Doesn't he have chicken?
Kenny Rogers is the gambler who has the chicken.
Yeah, I like the chicken. Kenny Rogers
Loggins
episode.
is the yacht rock guy who did Playing with the Boys. Boys. Yes, that's Loggins. He also did Footloose. He's the king of cheese. Loggins is the king of cheese. Yeah. Kenny is the gambler.
Danger Zone is such a great
fucking
theme.
ain't right, dude.
I cannot wait for the new Top Gun movie.
Anyway, what do we got next? I can. It's gonna suck. And I love Top Gun. And I love Tom Cruise.
All right, we got a couple Streamlabs in here. Jake Yakovetis says, "Don't tell me what the fuck to do, Frank." Okay. I don't remember what I told him to do.
Who's he to tell you to not to fuck?
I don't know. He can tell me for $5 whatever he wants.
I mean, he can tell me whatever you want. Who's he to tell you what to do?
Right. Well, Jeremiah Morris, he says, the Hobbits ain't bad movies, so why are you threatening Kaiser with watching them? That's what Jeremiah Morris says.
Because I don't like
wizards. He doesn't like them. So
I don't like wizards, warlocks, dragons.
And we could all agree. Showing him
I like mob hits, corruption, stealing.
You like corruption?
Well,
you're gonna someone
in movies
put that sub that out and you could use it against him and trade me. Shannon Barney, are you listening? Listen. The first Lord of the Rings movie, he doesn't listen. He doesn't let anyone talk except if he's talking, and then if you don't talk, then you have to listen to everybody, and then you just can't do anything.
Come on, keep going.
The first Lord of the Rings movie, Fellowship of the Ring, is actually considered quite a good movie. The first Hobbit movie, even amongst the fans of the originals, it's not as highly coveted.
Hobbit's a prequel.
Yeah,
right?
the prequels.
Okay.
And this guy wouldn't like the Return of the King or any of the originals that are so good.
I've seen
so
the originals.
to watch with him the prequels, which are kind of. He's not going to like them. And
Right.
that's the point. It's that, remember, most of these movies I like anyway, but it's me subjecting him to see him, and we're going to see how
Smasher's Revenge.
Smasher's Revenge.
Hence
the original title of the show.
The original was The Smasher's Revenge. That's how we look at every show. But here's the thing. I saw The Lord of the Rings 1, 2, 3 in the theater only.
Yeah.
I ain't seen it since. I barely even remember it.
Yeah.
Because they're not memorable movies to me.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Hobbit.
They're not memorable movies?
They were okay.
The action guys would disagree with you. They think it's one of the greatest trilogies of all time.
That's because they're short-sighted, and we have vision in the difference.
But the first Hobbit movie, I'm not just because I'm gonna bring it up on this show doesn't mean I necessarily hate it or that it's a dog shit movie. But it's a movie that I know he'll hate it. He hated the Winter Soldier. Come on.
I didn't hate. I don't think it's great.
So good. That will be one we will. That's our season finale.
Hate.
That's our season finale. Winter Dozer. What else have we got? We got to wrap it up. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We're going to let you guys get back to your sponging and disinfecting and whatever you guys are doing out there.
Hydrated. Sponges. We'll be all right. We'll try and do this again next week.
Yeah, whatever we can do to kind of bring a little light to your guys'
everybody
world.
laughing, having fun. That's the point,
ourselves.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Hanging out with family. Even Frank is the bastard.
So we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and if you guys watch this after the fact too, try to join us live for the next one. Comments. So, yeah. Anything else?
Smash or will smash. I had to get
You gotta get it in. You gotta get it
one
in.
promo.
All right, Frankie. Thanks. Take us out with the music.